1 minute warning!
To the goofball army out there, hi at the families, tell them to get to the next room, tell them to go to your neighbors, because we got goofball news to go over, and it might get crazy.
Typically does, guys. If it's your first episode ever, you got like 30 seconds before we start, so not enough time to go to the bathroom, but go get a drink, because trust me, you're probably going to need it there. In the meantime, the rest, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. That way you know about future episodes as well, guys. Buckle your seatbelts if you haven't already. Make sure your tray is in the upright position here, guys, because we are just about ready to get going. And like, oof.
Guys, if you want a crazy ride going forward, a bunch of nonsense, but all nothing but the truth about the Giants, listen in, buckle in, tell a friend.
Let's go.
And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, the New York Giants podcast. I am Drew. Not to be joined here by Rob, the alternate comment. But yeah, we're going to be going with the telecast here with the Giants and Chargers coming up. We got Dart's very first game starting here, as I'm still in the process of getting set up here. So bear with me just a minute here, as I, for some reason, all my sound is all getting messed up here for the commentary. Trying to get the game going here while also trying to get it going where I can hear what's going on here in the room. All kinds of fun during setup here. But yeah, guys, we got Jaxson Dart's very first start here. That's a big thing. Obviously, it's a big storyline. Let's be honest, one of the biggest storylines in the NFL this week in general as a whole, which is just crazy. Usually you don't have the Giants as one of the bigger, storylines here, because quite frankly, we haven't been good. So, but let's see if we can get this rolling here, where I can get this here, where I can hear everything. Okay. I got it here, but it sounds still coming through my headset, where I'm not trying to have it go through. So I'm just going to put it on mute. We'll do it that way for the game here. So let's talk about who's going to be in this game here. So the big thing is, besides Jaxson Dart, obviously Graham Gano got put on the IR. That's been a kind of a big deal, as they assigned Koo there, the kicker from the Falcons, over the week here. And a lot of us kind of expected, including myself here, that Koo would take over as the kicker for this game here, but it looks like instead it's going to be actually Jude McAtamney, who's of course the guy that we got last couple of years, has now been on the practice squad. He's on the international player program, so it doesn't count as an actual roster spot on the practice squad. So that pretty much guarantees him being in it there. But yeah, he has taken over the spot, which is kind of a sad sign for the things that what's happened here for Koo, as this is a guy who was one of the better kickers in the league here for a few years. Had a rough year last year with the Falcons, missed a kick opening weekend, gets cut, goes on our practice squad. Like I said, most people, you would assume he'd take over for Gano, with Gano on the IR. But instead, no. We're going to have Jude McAtamney as the kicker here. That should be interesting to watch. As far as Giants inactive here for the game, we have, of course, the Tyrone Tracy Jr., is out. As we said, he's going to be out for a couple weeks there. Chauncey Golston out for the second week in a row. Evan Neal wants to get inactive. Why the hell he's on the goddamn roster still? I don't even get it. At this point, he's cut him and call it a day. Thomas Fidone, the second, also, again, inactive. Again, another guy that I don't understand why we're keeping on the active roster if we're never going to actually put him on the goddamn game roster. Raheem Nunez-Roches, also out once again. Bo Braid, the safety, also inactive. Jameis Winston inactive again. He is the third quarterback. So again, he can go into the game if Jaxson Dart and Russell Wilson gets injured. Obviously, goddamn, if that happens, we are in trouble. That's not a good sign to get two quarterbacks injured in the same game. On the Chargers side, inactive-wise, you got wide receiver Darius Davis is inactive. R.J. Mickens inactive. Nico Reed, the corner, inactive. Mekhi Becton is still suffering from that concussion and the aftermath of that. He's out as well. Starting tight end Will Dissly is also out. And then defensive tackle Otito Agbania. I may be pronouncing that one. I'm not too familiar with that player. I'm not going to lie. So, but yeah, guys, let's be honest. The big storyline here is 100% Dart. That's what it boils down to. As Ramel says, Fidone might be of use in the red zone with the 7-foot frame. Yes. Yeah, I mean, what you got to hope at this point. Let's be honest. That's one of the biggest issues we've had is the red zone. One of the biggest issues and reasons why that Russell Wilson is no longer the starting quarterback here for the for the Giants, because we can't seem to do jack and shit in the end zone. Basically, that red zone is so important, guys. You can't score when you get in there, you're in trouble, absolutely in trouble, and that's where we've been at. So obviously, a very tough first matchup here for Dart. But beyond that, I think this is an interesting matchup for the Giants to look at here, as we also have an interesting potential head coach candidate in this game as well. Those of you all watch the show on a regular basis know that I've been very big on getting rid of Brian Daboll since last year. Well, this is now a chance to go ahead and look at somebody who might fit the bill for someone who could take over that role, and I think take it over pretty decent as well. And that's Jesse Minter, the defensive coordinator for the Chargers, who in 2 years now, not even full 2 years, has turned this into a very good defense. He is a top 5 defense in the league. Obviously followed over from Michigan, where he was the defensive coordinator there as well, including that last championship season with Harbaugh. Obviously, there's the charges of misappropriateness there within the team that kind of helped them win there. But he's someone to keep an eye on. You go ahead and get a guy like that. You get somebody who's an offensive specialist and, be your OC, and maybe you got something there. I don't know. It's too early, too much to have that. But like I said, I got to mention it because of this game specifically, because we're specifically going to face against this guy's defense. And you'll see what I mean when you watch this game probably. But this is a really good defense, and without a lot of stars. Let's be honest. Derwin James obviously is on there. He's a star, but there's not a ton of stars on this Chargers defense. So imagine what a guy like Minter could do with talent like we have here in the Giants. Because on paper we have better personnel than the Chargers. On field we don't. As Jay's already booing. Come on, Jay, already booing. Sheesh. Kickoff. Here we go. All right. McAtowney kicks off into the end zone. It's kneel down for a touchback there right off the bat. So Chargers are getting the ball. That means obviously the first go around here should be interesting to see. This defense can actually not play prevent right off the bat. Justin Herbert, of course, leads the NFL, 860 passing yards right now on the season. And they're going right into Leslie Pipkins. You can see him, the right tackle. He was potentially not going to play this game. He is in. So keep an eye on that right side of that offensive line. That's the one that's all banged up. And there's the flag right off the start of the bat there. And that's obviously a false start. We're going to see. Yep, a false start on the offense. Starting it nice there. And that's Trey Pipkins, guys. We're talking about the right tackle. So let's see what they get there. And again, Mekhi Becton out with the concussion there. And let's see. Here we go. 1st and 15, guys. Shotgun formation for Herbert. Tight end in motion. Got all the time in the world. Finds the guy wide open. That's the thing you can't let him do. That's for sure. Can't let him find all, have all the time in the world. Keenan Allen with the catch on first down, 2nd and 6. Watch this. 1. Actually, it's slow motion. I don't want to count it out there, but he's got all the time in the world. And nobody in the middle at all. Had clear view of the field. You can see it from the view they showed in slow motion there. Craziness. All right, 2nd and 6. Shotgun formation again. This time it's going to be a run. And he's going to lose about a yard. And that's going to be key. It's Amarian Hampton, the rookie running back there. As Jason's doing a legal stream, be 10 seconds behind me. No, this is on Sunday Ticket. So let me refresh. See if it happens to help. All right, 3rd and 7. They're going up to the line, Jay, if that helps you for time-wise. 3rd and 7. 4 wide receiver set. And it's going to be wide open. Oh, wow. Giants just, Lad McConkey just dropped the ball, guys, which would have been easily a first down. So that's not even a Giant stop. That's a Charger stopping themselves thing. Wide open. Drew Phillips, horrible on the coverage in that. I mean, without knowing the play, you can't say for sure, but oof, that looks like that should have been an easy first down. So let's see. Punting away. Here we go. Kick up high. Gonna get fair catch it. Get the ball right around the 11-yard line. So not a good spot for the Giants to start, that's for sure. But yeah, this is at least a stop. Here comes Jaxson Dart on the field. And you can see everybody on their feet. There's his mom they're showing in the stands. I'm sure all the perverts be going crazy now. Every time they show her on, people go crazy on Instagram. Here we go. Jaxson Dart going for his very first play as a starting quarterback. Deep shotgun formation, too. And it's a handoff to Scattaboo. Going to get about 5-6 yards there. Here we go. 2nd and 5, guys. And it's going to be interesting to see what this difference in this defense, as the difference in the offense is. But I do expect a ton of running plays here. But I do think early on, I'll probably give him a chance to pass one. And there he goes. I was about to say that. Nope. And thrusts it up there to Neighbors, gets the flag. And that's going to be called all day. So what happened just now, Neighbors went to turn for the ball. The corner did not. The corner stopped him from being able to turn. That's going to be an obvious pass interference. He turned his head way too late. So, yeah, pass interference call. It's a nice play by Dart to see that, assuming he did. The shame is that kind of play, you don't get the passing yards, but sometimes, like I said, the quarterback sees that kind of stuff. He just chucks it and should get credit. So, first down at the 30-yard mark. Scattaboo again, getting about 2 yards this time. And Scattaboo just shaking his head. You can see him just trying to pump everybody up there. I love the attitude this kid brings. So we got 2nd and 8. Dart's in shotgun formation. And he's got all the time in the world. He's tossing that to Neighbors again, who's going to be just shy of the first down. Should be 3rd and 1. But you notice he doesn't seem as startled as Russell Wilson seemed in that pocket. Now, granted, Russell Wilson got his butt kicked week 1, so I don't know if that was part of it, but there's a lot calmer of an attitude here. Odd to 3rd and 1, shotgun formation. I would have thought Dart or Scattaboo were at the middle. That's what they do anyway. So get about 4 yards there for Scattaboo. As Jay said, having Thomas helps, and you're not wrong there, man. You are not wrong there. All right, let's take a look here. 1st and 10. Ball's about the 43-yard line. Another run. Scattaboo. And he's at, look at him. Bursting through about 15 yards, taking half the Chargers defense with him. There you go. Absolute beast he's being so far to start this game here. I love it. Look at the replay. Just gets just enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Chargers on him. Woo. 1st and 10 now at about the 42-yard line of the Charger side. So we're officially in Charger territory. 41, actually. I'm sorry. Shotgun formation again. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion, going off to the right-hand side. Dart's going to go for a run. And here we go. Going to get about 9 yards on that first. Nice thing is, I like that he didn't take the hit. He went down. Though I do think you get a slide leg first. Though with MetLife, it's always a little dangerous to slide there as well. But here we go. Look at that play. Just finds that hole and just goes for it. And this is what's different about him compared to having Russell Wilson. When you have to battle with a potential running quarterback, you're going to have to go ahead and compensate for that potential. And here we go again. He's going to get that first down. There we go. First down, Giants. All righty, guys. Let's take a look here. Up now they come to break. Another blocked punt here by the Eagles. So it's in their game against the Buccaneers for a touchdown. Ugh. Hate giving good Eagles news. Trying to clear away so I can get to my fridge. So I can go ahead and get my beer going. All right. Shotgun formation again. Ball about the 28-yard line. Dart's moving around pretty good there. Finds a wide open Malik Neighbors for a first down again. There we go. All righty. 1st and 10 again. And Dart's looking solid, guys. We talked about it. He was playing vanilla defenses, all this kind of stuff here in preseason. But listen, if he succeeds here, this is a legit Chargers defense. And if this is legit like that, you can't go ahead and complain anymore about this change for anybody who is going to be like, oh, you're going to ruin this kid. He's been in for a couple of weeks. At this point, he's auditioning for the next coach. Dart's going to take off immediately. Here we go. Here we go. 6 points. There we go. There we go. That's nice.
All hail the New York Giants.
There we go. That's the way to start a game. There we go. And this is what we're missing with Wilson. Look at this play where they show, because they're about to do the replay now, how wide open all of a sudden everything goes to. By the way, JMS and Scattaboo on that block to open up that seamer up the middle. Got to give a little bit of props to JMS. Rough career. I want to say a rough season. Rough career he's had. But that was a good block on that one. Going for the extra point here. And here we go. And it's good. There we go. There we go.
All hail the New York Giants.
All right. Way to start the game here, guys, though. Now, the big thing is, can the defense now give them a chance to get the ball back again? And dare I say, extend the lead? Because listen, that defense, let's be honest, they got out the field because the Chargers made a mistake, not because the defense made a good play. And that's something to keep an eye on. This defense is going to have to do their part of it here. They're going to have to, but absolute amazing start here to, the career of Jaxson Dart there. Perfect first drive. Jason, what happened to all the people whining about not rooting Dart? How stupid does that sound? Not stupid at all. I'm still going to say not stupid at all, because you went ahead and gave him a couple extra games to learn before you popped him in. You don't know, Jay, if he started week 1, if he would do something like this. Plus, it's also one drive, so I don't want to change anything overall on one drive. But that's as perfect a drive as it gets for a first start. That's for damn sure. Absolute perfect drive. So let's see here. Jay says, happy Sunday, Drew. Fingers crossed today. Keep them crossed, man. we need all the luck we can get. That's for sure. We need all the luck we can. As Jay boos me for saying that. He's saying I suck now. Listen, it is what it is. Like I said, we can't go back in time and put him in week 1 to see how we would have done. Yeah, but I'm loving what I'm seeing here so far. He's moving the ball around pretty well. Got the ball to Neighbors, which is going to make Neighbors happy. Let's be honest. You got to keep Neighbors happy. Kid's a goddamn beast. But now you also got like I said, you got the movements. And that's what I said coming into this game. You're going to see a lot more action with design runs for Dart, RPO kind of situations where he can run, he can throw, and listen, it opens up the playbook. And I think you're going to see a little more of a college style offense with him right now until he gets comfortable fully in an NFL style offense. But this is going to be an interesting game overall. It really is. And I'm loving the fact that we're actually winning for once. This is like what's been like since the second quarter of the Cowboys game we're winning. Actually, we're winning in the fourth quarter. But yeah, it's just the whole thing's insanity. Here we go. They're starting to cut back over to the field. Jay says you can tell in preseason to the offense it was composed and confident. No reason to start Russet Potato at 37. Russet Potato. What's crazy is y'all see Richard Sherman on Thursday talking about him on the Thursday Night Football telecast and basically saying, look, he hasn't done a damn thing with Legion of Boom. I mean, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. So Giants in that drive, 9 plays, 89 yards, 4:17 off the clock there. like I said, the solid first drive here. And I do I know, again, I know, Jay, I know you obviously you're watching. I know you hate Russell Wilson. I like that Russell Wilson's next to him right now. Let's see. Here we go. He's going to get kickoff return to about the 26-yard line. Jay says, did you see beast mode roast him too? No, I did not. But I do think it's very telling that a lot of people that are played with them, are closest to him, don't seem to like him. Along with, of course, the fact that, the Raiders didn't try to get him either. So, Jason's solid. He said he would call him for blocked number. He wouldn't give him his phone number and had no relationship with him. Oh, that's a little weird. He says, oh, well, I'm under the bridge now. But that is weird. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Fake the handoff. Herbert off to the right-hand side. Dropped a low pass there by the tight end. And I can't say honestly, this might be the exception to the rule. If it hits you in the hands, you should catch it. That was on Rondé Gadsden, the backup tight end, who's in Disley's out. He's going to be starting. But, yeah, that's a very, very low pass. And credit to Burns, who was putting the pressure on, causing this problem here. So, Burns just been a freaking beast this year. And listen, if you put Burns on that right side with that right side of that line banged up like it is with the backup tackle that's banged up, it's going to be interesting, that's for sure. All right, Herbert back to pass again, 2nd down. This one, he is going to go ahead and get caught there. Giants swarming to the ball there. That's good to see. It's Quentin Johnston on the short catch there. So we got 3rd and 6 coming up. But I do love the swarming to the football thing. And it's going to be interesting to see what this does, this change in the quarterback to this team overall. It's a lot of conflicting reports now. Some were excited. Some people were saying the players weren't excited. You saw reports that people are ready to boycott the game, basically player-wise, because they're pissed off that Jameis Winston wasn't given a shot. You see others say that they were ecstatic about it, and Dart's been talking to people all week, odd hours a night. I don't know. 3rd and 6, shotgun formation for Herbert. He's got all the time in the world to pass, so very short pass. I'd love to see the replay of that. If somebody got their hands on it or Dexter Lawrence jumping around there. But there is a flag also. Here we go. We're watching it right now. Dexter Lawrence did get his hand barely on that football. There we go. Nice to see him make a big play. He's been kind of, I don't want to say disappointing so far this year because he's also come back from an injury. But he hasn't been what you expect from him. I'll put it that way. Again, coming back from an injury, you got to give him a little time to get back into it. That's for sure. But here we go. Let's see what the penalty is. And, here we go. Before the throw, legal contact by number 15. Yeah. So, 5-yard penalty, automatic 1st down. This is just insanity. It's like they don't want the Giants ever to win. Love to see the replay. Here we go. They said number 15, but number 8 is who they're saying. Okay, Holland grabbed him by the hip, but I've seen a whole lot worse. That's for damn sure. All right, 1st and 10. Marion Hampton gets the run. Keeps his legs moving. Going to get about 5-6 yards there. Flag on the play, though. But, yeah. That is, yeah. And you can see also his hands to the face also on Kayvon on that play they didn't call, by the way. Holding now on the offense. There we go. Let's see. Zion Johnson, of course, with the penalty there. We're watching that right now. Who's he on? Okay, Drew Phillips trying to come up to stop the run, and that's who the hold call's on. All right, here we go. 1st and 20 now. At least we get the 10 yards here. Let's see. Shotgun formation for Herbert. Got all the time in the world. Going out to Marion Hampton, who's going to immediately hit by Tyler Nubin for like a 2-yard gain, and that's it. Woo. Nice play by Nubin. Sniffed that right out and did his thing. There we go. Let's watch the replay of that. Nubin, you can see, was over the running back, moved away with him, and perfect coverage. Because he also didn't give up the inside lane, too, in case he didn't need to cover in the middle. That was nice. Jay says Hampton and Genty suck. We'll see. It's early. I don't want to judge any rookie yet. Got to give him time. You would have said C.J. Stroud was amazing after his rookie year, right? Takes a couple years to really know what you got. Pressure up the middle like crazy. There we go. There's the sack. Kayvon Thibodeau. There we go. It's going to be 3rd and 18. He's got him really right before the line of scrimmage. We'll see if they count as a tackle for a loss. If they count it as Herbert's making a run for, because he was moving up at that point there. But to me, you got to give him a sack. He did tuck, so we'll see. But still, great play by Kayvon Thibodeau. Good pressure overall from the whole team. Love it. 3rd and 18, guys. Herbert back to throw. He's running for it. Abdul Carter in pursuit. Nope, he's going to get that first down, guys. Woo. About 23 yards in the run. God damn. Finally do something decent on defense and give it all up. That's sad. Oh, well, 1st and 7, guys. Let's see. Let's watch this play here. As Kayvon was this close and got slammed to the ground here. Burns coming to the outside. Yeah, there's just nothing up the middle. Nothing up the middle to stop him. Love to see that one play one more time to take a look and see what's going on with the guys in the middle. I was trying to look at the guys specifically that were close. Is that Joe Alt coming off the field here? Yeah, Joe Alt, 2nd season. Left tackle coming off injured. And he is hobbling, guys. Woo. Let's see what happens here. Kayvon literally just stepped right over him in the play. Ooh. Nothing intended by Kayvon, too. That was just, your leg was out there. I was bull rushing. So Joe Alt being out would be a huge thing there. Ooh, big time pressure here on that 1st and 10. Pass header for Keenan Allen, missed there. But damn. Giants are definitely doing their thing. Again, I said this going into this game. This is a bad offensive line potentially because they haven't been playing well. Abdul Carter, by the way, is the guy rushing after Justin Herbert there. But you got the whole line that's just banged up. You have the right tackle moved to left tackle. Now he's hurt. You have the backup tackle at his right tackle. You got a backup guard. Now you got both backup tackles and a backup guard. 3 out of 5 people are backups in this offensive line. And you can see the Giants were going to bull rush. I'm trying to see the flag for neutral zone infraction. That blitz was way too aggressive. Let's see. As Conklin gets that catch there. But I have a feeling that's what they're gonna do. Tyler Conklin, the 3rd string tight end. Yeah, offside on the Giants. I knew it. Bobby Okereke on that 5-yard penalty. I think there's aggressive at least. I do like that. There's aggressiveness. But 2nd and 5. Fine line machine, aggression and craziness. And that's what we're going into here. Let's see. They're showing you got Austin Duculis is in our left tackle. You got Quentin Johnston pass intended for him. There is again Justin Herbert just flushed out of the pocket immediately. Here we go. Jay says, I guess you need a head start when you're that slow, massive pressure. That again, this is what I was saying going into this game. The best way for us to win is for Jaxson Dart to get this offense rolling, especially the rushing attack here, and then for the pressure to hit. And I knew the pressure was a possibility of this offensive line being hurt. Here we go. 3rd and 5, guys. And they're going deep. Dare I say, good coverage by Drew Phillips here. And that's a stop, guys. That's a stop. Woo. Listen, guys, Giants are point blank. Look at the better team so far this game, which is just insane. It's way too early again. Way too early, but Jim Harbaugh is definitely a little ticked off. You can tell. 4th and 5. As Jay says, WTF, everyone's making plays. This is crazy. I know it's crazy. And it's funny because I'm in the I got the red zone, like I said, going here, and you can see all the Chargers fans flipping out in the chat on the red zone. Since that's the nice thing about YouTube having the red zone, you can see a full on chat. Here we go. Ball's gonna be stopped. Oh my god. The 1 yard line. Wow. This is a real test here for Jaxson Dart to get the ball on the 1 yard line. Jason's about to bust out the hard liquor if Dart scores again. If he scores a 99-yard touchdown drive, I'll be damn impressed. Honestly, that shouldn't be the goal, as much as I hate to say it at this point. The goal, really, the first goal is to get out of the end zone at that point there, because this is not going to be a good start for him, that's for sure. Jesus, man, was the last time we downed the ball at the 1? I can't remember the last time we downed the ball within 5. I really can't. You know, but as I can see already, the Chargers fans in the red zone chat going, they can see a safety incoming. This is going to be, like I said, this is going to be Scatterboo territory right here and dark territory. You're going to see point blank some runs here to start this. So, Jason's the whole chat is getting Golden Corral in this TD. Prime rib for all. Prime rib, burritos, mac and cheese, and fried chicken. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is, like I said, I think the offensive line is really the issue for the Chargers in this right now. And I'm loving that for once it's happening to somebody else. I don't want to wish bad upon any team that's not the Eagles and the Cowboys, past this game, obviously. But we're definitely playing the Chargers at the right time with all the injuries they're having to the offensive line. As Chase says, prime in quotations. Rib, yeah. Prime rib. Oh my god. So the big thing I said, I think you're going to see some runs here coming up. I'm curious to see. This is an obvious territory to run. This is a big test here for this offensive line, especially the middle of the offensive line, which, let's be honest, middle of the line has not exactly been the best way to run right now. We got some issues in the middle there. Greg Van Roten is not exactly a very good run blocker. JMS is just not a good player in general. Greg Van Roten has definitely been a guy that's, I would say disappointed, because he hasn't really disappointed, but he's never going to be great. That's just not what he is. So, we'll see what happens. All right, let's see. Here we go. They're getting back to the stadium finally. 5:32 left in the first quarter, by the way. Trying to see who they have out there for this play, receiver-wise, and I'll see what kind of package they're in. The only guy I was able to see was Darius Slayton. So, Jason, I like Dart's power running. I don't really like the quick slanty running QBs. I like both. But let's see. Here we go. 1st and 10. It is single back formation. They're going tight. And like I said, it's going to be a run. You know it. Oh, I got about a 1 yard gain here for Scatterboo. But there's a lot of fighting at that line, guys. A lot of fighting at that line as they're replaying the first drive here for the Giants. But listen, we all know what's going to happen right now. That's the thing. It doesn't take a genius to figure out they're going to run up the middle. If I can figure out, you don't think Harbaugh and Minter and all these guys can do it? So, we'll see what happens. Here we go. 2nd down and 10, 2nd 9, sorry. And it's going to be able to run up the middle, as expected. Here we go. Devin Singletary at least gets a little bit of cushion. Was this close to breaking a big run here. But yeah, he was able to go ahead and get a couple yards. We got 3rd and 6. At least it gives a little bit of cushion. A little bit of cushion. But he was really close. Really close to breaking it. Got taken down by Derwin James from behind. That'd have been nice to get a big run, just get us some cushion here. But still, hey, 3rd and 6, I'll take it. If you notice, Dart is his feet are on the line of the end zone there. So, and you can't exactly rush him and ignore the rushing lanes for him in the process. It changes things a little bit. 3rd and 6, here we go. He's got time. He's motioned to the receiver. Oh my gosh. Loving it. I'm trying to see who that's to. Darius Slayton, 1st down pass, guys. And what I love about it, if you watch the replay again, he's sitting there moving. He's telling the receiver point blank what to do. Watch this replay. That's awesome. I love it. He had all the time in the world. He was calm, collective, got the receiver to come back to him, and just chuck the ball for a first down. That's a legit play. Ball's now at the 23-yard line. That's awesome. That may go down as like my favorite play for the whole entire game for him, by the way. And quick throw out to Wan'Dale Robinson, who gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. Got the ball about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, gets back to the line of scrimmage, so 2nd and 10. I don't know why we keep trying Wan'Dale Robinson, those kind of plays. He's not good at that, guys. It's not what he does. So, but as Jay says, beautiful play by Dart getting the wide receiver to improvise. He says, you're just reading the chat and reacting at your own commentary. It is what it is. It is what it is. Here we go. Dart back to throw again. Deep ball. Oh, just out of the arms of Darius Slayton there. We got 3rd and 10 coming up. All right. Let's see the replay of that there. Slayton made one move towards the inside. Not a very good move. Didn't really have any kind of separation, but perfectly placed ball where only Slayton could have gotten it. Just barely out of the hands of Darius Slayton there. 3rd and 10 here for Jaxson Dart and the Giants. Here we go. We have another miracle play here. He's back there to pass. Got all the time in the world, moving around well where he's got to, and he's about to get sacked. Lost about 3 yards of the play, guys. So no special Dart magic on this one here. But let's see the throw. See who's available, who's open. Neighbors was wide open. I just don't think he can get to him. Wan'Dale later on. Jalen Hyatt sighting. Here we go. They're showing him. He was covered the entire time. Of course he was. He sucks. So Giants to punt it away here. The Scottish Hammer back to punt. He will have got nowhere near the 5-yard line from where he's at. Deep punt here. Going to get a return to about the 33-yard line there. Jason, I like his feel for the pocket and keeping his eyes downfield. I like what I see. I do as well. I wish he'd gotten the ball out in the last play to at least have a chance. But, you know, it's easy for us Monday morning quarterback, so to speak, like that, because we have a different angle when you're seeing the aerial shot of or you see the replay compared to what you have when you're back in the line with 3 people going at you. You know, I'll tell you this, Russell Wilson certainly wouldn't have made it either. So Russell Wilson wouldn't have seen anybody back there. So I can't complain about that drive. He got him out of a bad position. You know, great play with Darius Slayton calling him back to him to get the football. You know, great pocket presence on that play specifically there as well. Not every play is going to be not every drive is going to be a touchdown. That's his life. You know, we're still up. Just need the defense to continue doing their thing. We got to create pressure here. Let's see what happens with Joe Alt. See if he comes back in the game or not. That's a big part here. Let me see if we get any news here. Twitterverse on Joe Alt yet. But yeah, it's questionable to return ankle injury is what they're saying. So that questionable usually is not a very good sign for him coming back. He got carted off the field here. Let's see here. Not giving us too much there, but yeah, when you have both offensive tackles out, that's not good. Giants know it all too well. So yeah, he's probably not coming back. Let's see here. Let's see here. Jay says those are the worst when people criticize on Twitter the aerial shot of a receiver wide open. So stupid. Yeah, but again, they never played football. That's what it boils down to. Most people, and I'm not trying to say I was ever very good at it, but I at least played at a very low level, and I understand the process and the difference of views. Not everyone, unfortunately, does. And just all left on a cart. I doubt he comes back. Yep. Lamar Santos, LGG, Big Blue for life. Damn straight, man. Win or lose or draw, we're here. Sometimes just because we have to be. Like, it'd be nice to get a win here, that's for sure. How crazy that be? We get a win here today, hypothetically. And it's way too early for me to say we're going to win this game. But let's say hypothetically we do get a win. We go and beat the Saints. Now we're 2-3. How much different does this season look at 2-3? Definitely does. Jason is the card on the sideline. Very little chance he comes back. Exactly. Like I said, I don't think he's coming back either. They haven't ruled it out, but doubtful. So, all right, here we go. So, again, first down. Quick toss out to Quentin Johnston here. Going to get pushed out of bounds here by Paulson and Debo. Going to get about 5 yards in that first down. Those are the kind of moves I love, by the way. I know they're not the sexy plays, but those are the kind of moves that as a football fan in general, that I love to see offenses do on first down, because it's nothing crazy. You got some decent yards in the first down. You know, I wish you'd see plays like that from the Giants more often, that's for sure. But, you know, Kafka deal. Yeah, it is what it is. So 2nd and 2, actually. They gave me more yards than I thought. And they're going to run the ball. Hampton, who's going to get a first down, going to get to about the 45-yard line there. So get about 4 yards in that. Kayvon on the stop there. Here we go. 1st and 10. And they're showing this hodgepodge at the offensive line here for the Chargers. Giants just smell blood in the water and be freaking blitzing every goddamn play. Of course they won't, but they should. Here we go. Sexy Dexy moving Herbert out of the pocket. He's going to literally just throw it away. Got that pressure going. I think this is the most I've seen of Dexter Lawrence this whole entire season, as far as like him getting pressure, him doing those kind of positive moves like that. This is the kind of stuff that by the end of the game, Herbert's going to be feeling it. Trust me. He's going to be hearing footsteps that aren't even there. All right, here we go. 3 QB hits and a sack today for this Giants defense so far. All right, 2nd and 10. Herbert shotgun formation, empty back set. And is that, dare I say, a pick? Dexter Lawrence! Dexter Lawrence! Down to the 1-yard line. Are you freaking kidding me? Oh my God. Turnovers. This is not the Giants, is it? This is not the Giants. Is this a different team? Here we go. Here's the replay. Here we go. Dexter Lawrence. I was just talking about it. Great about what he's doing too. Look at that. Just puts his hands up, bats the ball down, has the wherewithal to catch it, and just starts running. Wow. This is the biggest play from this defense I've seen in a long time. Wow. Also, goddamn, should Dexter Lawrence be a short yardage back the way he's running the ball? Goddamn. That's awesome. It's about time to see that. Woo. This is crazy. Here we go. That's Dexter Lawrence's first career interception, by the way. 1st and goal for the Giants. This is going to be an interesting thing to do, though. Let's see what we do different with Jaxson Dart in there in the red zone. We know the issues we've had with Russell Wilson. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion, back and forth. Jaxson Dart. Oh, flags like crazy here. False start by the Giants. Of course. Can't do good things. Is that a bad thing? Greg Van Roden with that penalty. Very Giants-esque. Our team is back. Jay says they were going for the rub pick move. Here we go. 1st and goal now. Ball is about the 8-yard line now after losing 5 yards. That's a big 5-yard loss, by the way. Empty backfield for Jaxson Dart. Scatterboon is a wide receiver. He's moving, though. Dart's going for it. Going to get about 2 yards. Told you, I think you see a lot more of these in the red zone. A lot more designed quarterback runs. We saw it with Russell Wilson. He had cement for feet. Jaxson Dart actually's got the ability to move, so let's see. Should be interesting to see overall, but let's see. You see Dexter Lawrence there on the sidelines talking to Andre Patterson, the defensive line coach. one of the few coaches I do like on this coaching staff, Andre Patterson. So no matter what they do with Daboll, I hope they keep Andre Patterson. As we're at the end of the first, by the way, guys, and I'm still in shock that Dexter Lawrence just did that. This is like a coming out party for Dexter Lawrence so far this game. Seriously, like he's been doing damn good. And what I really want to see here now is I want to see Jaxson Dart's first career NFL passing touchdown. That'd be awesome to see his first rushing touchdown and his first passing touchdown back to back here in this first half here. Let's say back to back. There was a one drive in between, but almost back to back. Back to almost back. But this is where we could use a big target, guys. The one thing I still think we're missing on this offense is, besides, a lot of play calling issues and all that hopefully get fixed next year. We got a new coaching staff, but we're missing a big target in the end zone. We really are. Jay says, I did get those old JoJo fives when we almost scored a turn off a turnover and felt like we were only going to get a field goal now. Well, we'll see. I hope a touchdown. I really want a touchdown. Not what the Giants do. As Jay says, Theo. We'll see. He's got to catch the ball on a more consistent basis. I think he got in the doghouse a little early with those drops. I'm still not sure what to think of Theo Johnson. I think he's definitely a decent tight end. He's a legit NFL tight end. I just don't know, is he going to be a legit starting tight end? The jury's still out for him. It's he might have got hurt. He hasn't even been in a full year. So, we'll see what happens with Theo Johnson. But like I said, I want to see a pass. I'd love to see a corner shot to Neighbors, or even a cross route to Wan'Dale Robinson. I think those are the kind of plays I like to see at this point here. But we'll see what happens. It's a weird place to be here. As Jason Steele, a project. Yes, he is. We said that going into it. It's going to be a year or two easily before you knew we had. We said going off the bat with him. And now here we are, kind of starting second year with him soon because of the injuries. And we still don't know what he is. It is what it is. So, but let's see what we got here. Looks they're about to go to it here. Look at the difference in the yardage, by the way, in the first quarter here. 94 yards for the Giants compared to 49 for the Chargers. Here we go. Jaxson Dart going for it. They're showing the red zone touchdown percentage 20% for the Giants. Absolutely pathetic. Here we go. It's going to be a run for Scatterbo. Here we go. Oh, just had the one guy to make miss and couldn't quite do it. He got down about the 2-yard line. Very, very close. The scary thing is, though, we're back to where we started basically almost now, but couldn't. Had just the one guy, or we would have been wide open for a touchdown. There was Cam Hart at the corner. He had to stop. 3rd and goal. Here we go. Back to Scatterbo. Going to lose a yard. Why don't we give him a shot? Like, give him one shot to get in the goddamn touch to get in the end zone. This is why you can't freaking score. You can't do run. Change out the play calling a little bit. But at least they're taking the points. I'll give them credit on that. Because you got to take the goddamn points. But you shouldn't be in this position. Shouldn't be in this damn position. And don't worry, Jay. They're going for the field goal. Let's see. Here we go. And field goes up. Field goal good. So, yeah, we do get the field goal out of this here in the end. So, 3 points. But, yeah, to me, you can't play this scared. Like, that's the Giants playing scared. Let him toss it. Let him take a shot. Like, they're acting like this is like, a kid who's like a guy who happens to throw occasionally, as opposed to an actual quarterback. Like, he has commanded this pocket very well. He has played very well. Give him the goddamn shot. I mean, if you're not going to go ahead and give him the shot, why put him in as quarterback? I don't understand that mentality. Like, why would you do that? And the scary thing is you're going to look back at this game and you go, oh, well, Dart did this, this, and this. And especially if people just stat guys and don't actually, look at the game, watch the game. Here's a guy that point blank should probably, at the end of the day, get some more credit than he's going to get based on the stats alone. Because if the Giants are going to let him throw when it matters, then why, you can't hold that against him. Absolutely pathetic the way they called this series of plays. This is why we're 20% now, below 20%, because we were at 20 before that drive. Below 20% scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Absolutely pathetic. And if you're not going to let the kid throw, you're not going to get out of that. Because what's going to happen? They're going to start stacking the box like crazy and just going after the runs. Absolutely ridiculous here. So nice spot though is we've seen what the defense can do here. Defense has been pretty good here so far today. Again, I do think you can't rule out the fact that there's issues with the offensive line of the Chargers, and that's definitely helping. But at this point at 0-3, I'll take a potential win wherever I can take it. I don't care how we get it. I want to win. And there's too much goddamn talent at this team for the way they've been. I still think that. I still think this is not a bad team. This is a badly coached team. We saw it with that last drive. It's just time for a new face there. And that's going to be the scariest part. I think Jaxson Dart might be good enough to go ahead and go, oh, look, there's progress. They keep Daboll again. But I do think it's pretty safe to say no matter what, you're not going to see probably Mike Kafka because his contract is up. I don't think he wants to stay here. Even the Giants wanted him here. He doesn't want to be here. Maybe they can finally convince, the what's his name? The old quarterback that we had, Davis Webb, to be the offensive coordinator. He's been the quarterback coach over at the Broncos the last couple of years. But kneel down in the end zone there on that kickoff. So offense goes back on the field here for the Chargers as the Giants defense looks to go ahead and hopefully get another turnover. That'd be nice. Turnovers are not our specialties, that's for damn sure. So now Joe Herbert's numbers in the day, 4 of 11, 23 yards, and 1 interception. Not too shabby. And this is going to be interesting, that's for sure. Because this is like I said, that's the team. Their team is pass. Their offense is solely predicated on the pass. With a banged up offensive line or a good pass rush, it's a bad mix for them, that's for sure. As they do run on first down here, they're going to get about 5-6 yards here. And this is what I hope they don't realize is that they're better off running against this, not throwing it. Even with a banged up offensive line and a running back that's had trouble scoring 4 yards carry there. This team's just not good at stopping the run, guys. Their Chargers offense definitely plays into our hands, what we're looking for. So let's see here. We get back to the action here. 2nd and 4. And they're going to run it again. I'm saying. And first down. So I'm saying they're going to figure this out eventually, guys. Giants cannot stop the run. And Hampton's not a bad prospect coming out of college. He hasn't done much yet the first couple of games here, but it's too early in his career to say he's bad or not yet. Let's see here. Jay says, you would think that would be our MO, early lead and then pin them down, your ears blitz. Be the hope. But instead, because it's only 10 points down, here we go. Oh, screen to Hampton again. Hampton, another first down. We said this in the pregame. Watch Hampton look good against this because we can't stop running backs. Can't stop them running. Can't stop them catching passes. It's just what we can't do. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know. I wish I did. Have to talk to Shane Bowen and the guys in the defensive room to see what they're seeing here. But ball at about the 42-yard line here. Herbert is back to pass this time, and got a big completion. But about to say it should be short of a first down. But Ladd McConkey instead does some good movement in there, and with the ball in his hand, it gets to the first down. So about 11 yards in that pass. should have been about 8 yards. You watch the replay here. Coverage Paulson Adebo, who just gets stifled here, doesn't know what to do once he catches the ball. Tries to keep a base, but then also, I think the problem is the other guy's going after him too. I think they kind of threw him for a loop, but just keep your guy. 1st and 10 here. Ball's about the 31-yard line, so the Chargers getting into that field goal territory here, guys. And here we go. Got some pressure on him, but caught ball there. So that's another back-to-back completion. This one's to Aronde Gadsden, the backup tight end, who is starting in place of Will Deasley. And if you look at the play here, instead of pressure, Muasau and Kayvon Thibodeau on the one side. But not enough to stop completion. All right, here we go. 2nd and 5. Herbert in the shotgun formation. And he's going for a quick pass for a 1st down there. This is Keenan Allen on the 1st down. Jace is Rob at the Golden Corral or the vacuum store. He's selling vacuums at the Golden Corral, actually. All right, here we go. 1st and 10, yet again. All right, Herbert's under center, too. I think this is going to be a run. Oh, seeing when I can see it. Apparently the Giants can't ever. But it's about a 2-yard run, but nope, getting about 6 yards instead because Giants can't tackle. Flag on the play, though. Giants, that should have been a good run stop by the Giants, but there we go. At least it's on the Chargers. Legal block. It's Lad McConkey on there. See the block. Yeah, it was a funky move in general. What the hell was going on there? Drew Phillips would have probably stopped him too. But Banks, look at Banks with that horrible, horrible attempt at tackling on the sideline. Oof. All right. 1st and 20. Ball back to the 30-yard line there. Shotgun formation for Herbert. And let's see. Another screen here, but this time the Giants got it. Muasau sniffed it out. I thought he was going to get out of the tackle too, but good job by Muasau. There's a couple more yards lost here. So 2nd and 24. God damn. So 2nd and a quarter of the field, basically. And like I said, that was a good play by Muasau. He's held onto the ankle for dear life. He's all proud of himself. All right, here we go. 2nd and 24, guys. Let's see what we got. As Giants are definitely in like a prevent style defense. They give like 10 yards cushion here. And they're going to give up a short. Oh, God. As usual, Giants give up a short pass, but then they can't go ahead and stop the tackle really quickly. So therefore, you got Marion Hampton getting some decent yards on 1st down. I don't understand why would you go ahead and do that? I gave 20 yards up on that play now almost. So 3rd and 5. You go from 2nd and 24 to 3rd and 5 when you're playing goddamn prevent. It's insanity. Stop with this prevent defense bullshit already. Ball's about the 15-yard line. Herbert in shotgun formation. And he's going to go. Oh, let's see. He got a pass off. Carter had him. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what they call it. That should have been Carter's 1st sack. They didn't show at all where he threw to see if it was actually intentional grounding or not, but I don't know. I mean, whew. We're going to find out as I start calling it. Yep. There we go. Intentional grounding. I said I'd love to see the replay. I don't know why the game's not showing the replay to see who was around. But let's see. They're showing the replay, but not of where he could have been throwing the ball to still. Horrible job by the TV crew. Here we go. Okay, there we go. No one there at all. I don't know why they didn't show that at the beginning. Jason's WTF, Carter, Leak, and Dart for the next decade. We'll see. It's early. It's early. Here we go. 43-yard field goal they're going to attempt, the Chargers. And they got it. So Giants lead cut down to 7 points here. As the Giants still up, but now up 10-3. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Hold on. There's a flag. See what that's for. Thrown late, so here we go. Let's see. They're calling it to field goal. Okay. Let's see. After the play was over, personal foul, necessary roughness, offense, number 74, 15-yard penalty. See, to me, if you score on a play and you got points off the play, it should negate the score. And that's not me being a Giants fan of this scenario, because honestly, it doesn't even change who's up right now. But like, you should be like, oh yeah, you get the points anyway. We'll just get you next time. Like, you did something stupid. You're gonna, especially unnecessary roughness. I wish they'd show it to see what he got called for exactly, see how bad of a play it was. But to call it after the play was supposed to be over, I mean, something was going on. Something not good. So, as Jay says, maybe the Charger can use Evan Neal. There you go. We can trade Evan Neal. Get a 10th round pick. It's not even worth anything. That's the thing. Like, you can get guys off the streets that are probably better than Evan Neal at this point. You know, if you think about it, I mean, the Giants would have even put him on the goddamn game day roster. That's bad. You open a freaking 7th overall pick to a guy that doesn't get 4 games now, doesn't get on an active roster all 4 games. That's insanity. But let's see now what the Giants can do to respond as the Chargers get their first points of the day. Jaxson Dart should get decent field position considering they could be the 15 yards there. But I'm definitely still a little pissed off about that red zone. I really am. Just the healthy scratch is brutal. It's a sign. It's a sign. It's a bad look. It's a sign that you're that bad where they pay you $5 million not to play. That's, yeah, really, really bad. But let's see what happens here as the Giants, though, like I said, coming out here, gotta get some points on the board at this point, because you should have had it last time. So the fact that we're not getting it now, not a good look. Like I said, that whole drive is still ticking me off. That drive should have been at least an attempt for 7 points. At least an attempt. To go ahead and literally do run, kick a field goal. Like, that was the Russell Wilson offense. What was the point of changing it if you're not going to go ahead and put in somebody who actually has a chance to do something? Why would you go and handcuff Jaxson Dart? Let me be clear. That's not an indictment on Dart. That's an indictment on Mike Kafka, Brian Daboll, and the guys making the calls for the Giants. It's ridiculous. So, Jace is kind of like they put kids' glove on Dart. Agree, or as we say in the chat, don't disagree. Yeah, and like I said, I don't understand why. Like, what are you worried about? Ruined his confidence because he didn't score a touchdown? Like, you're worried about his confidence and don't put him in the game. You made the decision. Once you made the decision, put him in the damn game. Like, legit, put him in the game. Give him the chance. So, all right. Kickoff time. Here we go. As Deontay Banks is back there on the kickoff. And he's going to get it. Let's see what the Giants do here. Banks probably do his biggest move of the entire season here, getting the ball to the 41-yard line. And we finally found a use for Banks. Oh, my gosh. Finally found a great way to use Banks. Kickoff returns. Just great. We got one first First round tackle, now a guard that we can't put on the active roster, and a first round corner that his best plays as a kick returner. Oh my gosh. 1st and 10. Dart is in the shotgun formation. Scottaboo off to the left. From there, Jalen Hyatt's tight to the line there. Scottaboo is back over to the right hand side. And here we go. It's a run. Scottaboo's going to get about 3, 4, rush, 5 yards. Damn, he's moving forward, guys. That kid keeps his legs moving. Gotta love the freaking attitude this kid has. Jason, maybe Daboll has PTSD from cringe Russ throwing down the tunnel. Oh, God. As the Falcons are showing here, Falcons do another touchdown on the Commanders. They're going to be up 17-7 now. Ooh. 2nd and 5. Here we go. Jaxson Dart shotgun formation and doesn't see the blitzer at all. Wow. Total miss there as I'm not even trying to pronounce this kid's name. This is the kid out of UCF there. But yeah, it's didn't see this guy coming at all. Watch this. You'll see it right here. And he's coming from his visible side too, not the blind side. Like that's pretty crazy there. This is why I was saying this is one of the concerns I did have with Dart coming into the draft. He stays focused on one side of the field sometimes. So we got 3rd and 13 now. Dart does throw it there. Oh, there we go. Oh, so close. Going to be, I think, just short to Bellinger. Right at the midfield. Nice pass, though, to him. Like I said, just short. Honestly, I would go with it if I'm the Giants. What the hell? This is tush-push kind of territory. Bellinger just moving as best he can. And you know what? I'm gonna say Bellinger got it. I'm gonna say he got it. Let's see. They're showing the replays, but he hopped over and he got it. They're saying 4th and inches. It got a challenge flag by Daboll though. He's going for it. Good for him. You know, if you watch the replay, they had Troy Dye, who's the linebacker from Oregon. There, they had part of the coverage against Bellinger, and Bellinger's kind of rolled over him to where he got the first down, but his knees did not hit. Here he goes to replay. You can see right there. Knee not down until right there, and he's at the 50. That should be a first down. And if it's not, then shame on the entire, officiating crew on that. This is why they almost need to have like sensors on the knee pads and everything to know when things get hit. But yeah, like I said, that's a nice toss by Dart, which should be the first down there. Like I said, great start by him overall, guys. I gotta say this is a nice surprise. I wasn't sure what to expect because nothing shocks me with a rookie, but Jason, I think I'm gonna throw the challenge flag in your hat, looking a bit crusty. Why not a Giants old school snapback? I don't know. I'm not. I'll wear a Giants gear when they start winning again. I don't know. I have a lot of hats here. I can change it to a snapback. You want me to change it to a snapback? I do have a Giants snapback here. I'll tell you what, they score a touchdown here, I'll change it. How about that? How about that, Jay? All righty. Let's see here. We're grabbing the beer here while they're on commercial break. My little mini fridge. Oh, he says, how about the two giant goofballs hat? I can do the 2 giant goofballs hat. I got 2 giant goofballs hat here. There's a couple different 2 giant goofballs hats I have, actually. So it's a matter of which one we go with. My whole hat thing fell. Put that back up later on. Here we go. These commercial breaks are taking forever today, I gotta say. I feel like that every time. It's amazing how, like, before we started doing this, I never thought that the commercial breaks were that crazy long. Start doing this kind of thing, you realize how long they are. Anthony says, I'm in and out since we have company, but I think this team has different energy today. It definitely does. It definitely does have different energy. Jason's 11 a.m. where here I am. Have Michelob Ultra, pretty good day beer. Every beer is a good day beer. I don't buy into the whole Oh, you have to not drink until 5 o'clock. Stupid. What makes you an alcoholic is not what time of the day you drink. It's which way you drink and what you do when you drink. That's what makes you an alcoholic. Here we go. So they're showing the replay. Let's see. First and 10. They have called it officially. There we go. There we go. And Jason's out of the course light zone. Anthony said, I'm on ranch water, Jay. Liquid lunch, LOL. It's not an alcoholic Drew. It's called professionalism. He says, I professionally drink what I want. There you go. All right, here we go. Again, ball at midfield here as the Giants get the ball back on that first down of that successful challenge. Here we go. Dart moving on out and threw the ball to Theo Johnson, who was just not near him. I think it was more of a half throwaway, half hopefully something good happens kind of play. So 2nd and 10. At least he saw the pressure that time. That's better than last time. Jesus, damn, I remember Daboll winning a challenge. I don't remember him winning anything. I see Russell Wilson on the sidelines there. All right, here we go. Dart with the quick pass there to Neighbors. Here we go. Good short pass here for a 3rd and 3 now. Good catch by Neighbors. Looks like, though, there's a challenge flag now. That's a catch, though. I really think that's a challenge to lose. Stupid on that one. Let's see. Here we go. That's hard. That last angle they showed. Oof, that didn't look good. That wasn't a catch. Before that last angle, it looked like a catch all day long. That last angle, it looked like it might have hit the ground. I wouldn't say 100%, but Jay says, "What the f is that? Some beer from the Dollar General?" No, it's from Aldi actually. Simpler Times Lager. Good old Aldi beer. It was $10 for a 12-pack. I figured, what the hell, I'll try it. It's not horrible. Not too bad. It's not great, don't get me wrong. Wouldn't go, this is the one to go get, but for $10 for a 12-pack, I'll take it. So, all right. This is the one that I hate about the challenges. I feel like nowadays, with the technology the way it is, it shouldn't take half an hour to figure out a challenge. It really shouldn't. It should be like, boom. Okay, good to go. We looked at it real quick. We're done. You know? Jason's lots of theories that Wilson did not want to throw 3 picks, so he just threw it into the tunnel. Well, he threw 3 picks in the season anyway. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions he had. This is Russ blows. I don't want to be mean about it. I appreciate the effort he put through in 3 weeks. But we went 0-3, and it's time to move on. I'm trying to take the high road, as you guys are all drinking the high life. I mean, Russell Wilson, like him or not, he's a good mentor to have for some of the stuff he does with Jaxson Dart. I mean, personality issues aside with him, I don't think Jaxson Dart's personality is going to change because of Russell Wilson. That's probably not going to happen. So let's see. All right. Come on, commercials. Enough commercials here. Let's see here. And I've never been a high road guy, Drew. Must be an Italian thing because I'm still saying he was a bum. I'm Italian as well. You can take the high road. You can do it. It's all good. Jay says he's never been a mentor at anyone. He's sitting right next to Dart this game within the sidelines. He says Italians don't mince the words. Let's see here. 3rd and 10. Yep. So they're gonna take it away. So 3rd and 10. Jaxson Dart, midfield. Shotgun formation. Scatterboo off to the left-hand side. 3 receivers plus Theo Johnson split there. Close to a defensive offsides. Might be a free play here, which I think it is. Neighbors jumped up for the ball. Came down hard on his knee, his right knee. Oh, gosh. This is not good. He landed right on that knee, guys. And he is in pain right now. Here we go. Let's see. Let's watch it. Oh, yeah. Side of the knee. Looks like banged down to the season there. But I'm not so sure it's going to be a season-ending kind of thing there. We'll see. Everybody's already worried about that. But we are going to go to a break here. But that's where his I'm looking it up here. What's on the outside part of the knee? Because it was the outside. But the outside part you got is the LCL, apparently. But we'll see. We've gotten hurt. Maybe put him on down. Jason looks like it hurt on the way up, not the way down. I'll take a look and show it again because I was so focused on how he landed. That's what I was kind of looking to see because it looked like a contact hit the way he was holding it, but we'll see. But this is probably the most commercial we've seen in the game ever, so this is getting a little ridiculous here. Let's take a look here. Here's where we're at score-wise here. You got 2-minute warning here at the Commanders at Falcons. Falcons up by 7 right now. The Texans are up right now as well. 6-0 on the Titans. They just got past 2-minute warning. At 2-minute warning, the Buccaneers are down 21-3 to the Eagles. Goddamn. Patriots up 21-6 on the Panthers at just under 6 minutes left. Let's see here. Bills 14-10 on the Saints right now. About 5.5 minutes left to go there. 4.5 minutes left to go in the Lions at Browns 10-7. So still some close games here, including ours. Ours is definitely far from over. That's for damn sure. Let's see here. All right, come on. This is too many goddamn commercials, guys. As Jay's giving us the medical things, he says, you don't hurt your knee by hitting it on the side. Knee bone bruising is direct to the kneecap, basically. Are you a doctor, Jay? Or do you play one on TV, perhaps? As I showed a commercial for Ghosts on CBS. Damn good show, by the way. I don't know if anybody's you guys ever watched that on a regular basis. Not a lot of good shows, I feel like, anymore. In the middle of Gen V right now, because that's going on with the Boys spinoff there. But Ghosts is actually a pretty damn good show. Jay says, yes, I am a doctor. You need to lose weight. Damn. As Malik Neighbors is getting carted off, guys. So listen, it means basically gone for the day at least. We'll find out from there. But let's see. Interesting. The main one he stopped on was his left one. His right one is what he hurt. So we'll see what happens. 3rd and 5 here, guys. After that penalty, though. Ball's about the 45-yard line. Looks like we're getting a delay of game here. Yep. Delay game on the Giants. Let's give that 5 yards right back. Giants. Gotta love how we get excited by them, just for them to get something positive and taste the negative. You get 5 yards on the penalty. That was forgot about the whole obvious injury kind of thing there. But yeah, now you go ahead and get 5 yards right back. So 3rd and 10. Shotgun formation. Scatterboo off to the right-hand side. And Dart's going to run for it. He's going to get it. There we go. First down, Giants. There we go. And listen, guys, don't get too unhappy about what's going on with neighbors right now. That's out of our control. Let's focus in the game. We'll figure it out from there because you don't know. You don't know yet. So, ball's at about the 40-yard line. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion off to the right-hand side. They toss the ball off to Scattaboo, who's going to get about 3-4 yards on first down. Got hit hard, by the way, too, on that play. Javon Holland with a neck injury, by the way, also questionable to return to this game as well here. So safety Javon Holland may be out for the game as well. We'll find out. Let's see here. Quick throw out to Theo Johnson. Going to be a 1 yard shy of the first down here, maybe a yard and a half. As Jason, okay, Drew, motivation speaker, go back to your van down by the river. Listen, it is what it is. We can't control it. And let's be honest, neighbors' injuries are going to happen based on what you've seen of him so far as a Giant. Oh, yeah. It's a 1 yard left. 3rd and 2, I should say. Jaxson Dart gets it. It's about 5-6 yards in that. So another first down for the Giants here. And the big thing is, guys, they're eating up time because they're running the ball like crazy. And they're also into field goal range. But nice block by Scattaboo there. So ball's about the 27-yard line. First down, off to Scattaboo. So I think you're going to see a healthy amount of runs right now, trying to take time off the clock to prevent the Chargers from going ahead and getting any chance to put some points up here whenever the Giants are done with this drive. Keep in mind as well, the Giants do get the ball on the very first drive of the second half as well. So they can score here hypothetically and make it back up by 10, worst case scenario. I want the touchdown, don't get me wrong, but worst case scenario, be up by 10. They can go ahead and go for it again the very next drive. Devin Singletary on the run here. So that means nothing. 1 yard. 3rd down. And definitely not any passes. They really seem content on just taking the time off the clock as opposed to actually going aggressive and going for a touchdown. They're playing scared the whole damn game, offensive game plan wise. Dart, by the way, if you notice, holding his hamstring in the back on the left-hand side after that play. Don't you get hurt too. Shotgun formation on 3rd and 7 here. There's obvious blitz going based on what you see there. All the linebackers are moving up there on the cadence. And they're still doing. Should be someone open then. Here we go. Going for the touchdown. Overthrown. Darius Slayton, but there's a flag. I see a flag there. And it's right in the vicinity of Darius Slayton. I think you got a pass interference coming here. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, here we go. Pass interference. That sets up the Giants for a nice score here. Come on. Jason's camera pointing to Russ like some old Southwest airline commercials. Want to get away? Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, that's exactly where it's at. Honestly, that wasn't the worst pass interference call. But I'll take it. All right, here we go. 1st and 10 for the Giants here. And now this time, I really don't expect they're going to go ahead and get a pass attempt on this. I think it's all about get the clock down. Chargers still have all 3 timeouts left. Scattaboo getting about 2 yards here. Let's take a look here. Second and 8. Shotgun formation for Dart. Scattaboo moving around, goes back to the right-hand side. And Dart's got the ball. Oh, he's got hit. Going to be a 1 yard loss. But it's going to bring it down to the 2-minute warning at 3rd and 10 here, guys. That's like I said, that's the main goal right now for the Giants was take time off the clock. Let's see. Here we go. 2-minute warning. All right, guys. I'll do a quick commercial break, which is like the 10th one they've done the last 10 minutes. And then we'll get back to it here. Jay says those planes are going to look like dickheads. Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't even see anything about the planes, but I wasn't looking at Twitter before the game or anything, and the game didn't talk about it much. But like I said, I get it. It's fan frustration. Fans are valid to feel frustrated. That's for sure. So, we'll see what happens. Let's see if we see any update on Malik Neighbors. Let's see here. Let's see. MetLife Turf. This was a MetLife Turf to top of conversation again after the Neighbors injury. Let's see here. Pro Football Doc saying potential ACL, but they're going to have to see. Knee injury is all they're saying. Right knee seemed to buckle. Let's see here. Not showing much here. I'll tell you though, point blank, guys. So this is an ACL thing for Neighbors, which I don't want to say it is yet. It's too early. We got to start flipping out again about these. This damn turf. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. This turf is still going on. We literally like hurt ourselves more than we do anybody else. That's for sure. So, let's see here. I'm trying to see right now if there was any. Here we go. I don't see anything on the news wise today on it. Trying to see if there was anything on it today. So we'll take a look. Here we go. Scheduled to fly before the game gets started. Other proposed matches were canceled due to weather. So yeah, I don't know. Was there any actually that showed up today in these planes? Jason's not trying to be a jerk, but that's an ACL. I'm trying to be optimistic. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to be optimistic because if it's an ACL, you don't see Neighbors for a year. Season's over. Trying to hope for the best here. But I don't disagree. It looks like it is one. And that's what pisses me off because the Giants do this themselves because they're too freaking goddamn cheap to put grass in the field. So, what do you want? This is what it is. Same cheap ass who gave us a freaking medium Coke. All right, so here we go. Dart in 3rd and 11. Ball's about the 13-yard line. Here we go. Moving around. He's got a lot of pressure on him, guys. Throws the ball towards Scadaboo. Just enough to not get intentional grounding, but 4th and 11, guys. So we're going for a field goal again. Jesus, you're not wrong. It is what it is. Yeah, but it shouldn't be what it is. Honestly, I feel like the NFL Players Association should be stepping up into this. That's what I really feel like. I feel like they should be like sitting there going, what the hell? This isn't good overall. We got to get rid of turf. But instead, they don't. As Jason's damn giving Herbert a 2-minute drive on Bowden could get ugly. We'll see. With that offensive line today, we'll see. Nothing's a given. But as I see people in the chat, by the way, on the red zone complaining that it wasn't intentional grounding charge against Dart, but it wasn't intentional grounding. I mean, Scadaboo was right there. Can't complain whatsoever. So let's go back to yet another commercial break. At least they're doing a picture in picture so we can see what's going on in the process there. So you got the Justin Herbert warming up. You got Brian Daboll talking to Jaxson Dart. But let's see here. Nice thing is at least the Giants are driving this time. May not putting up touchdowns, but at least they're driving. Still better than what they were doing. So, that's basically where we're at this point. Let's see here. Yeah, Dart showing again the hamstring. He's definitely going to hurt his hamstring. That's on the same leg he was hurt holding the back of his thigh before. That is just tensing up in general. Jay says those grass fields, you basically need the terrain like they have in Arizona, in New York, and Giants don't have the infrastructure for it. You can figure it out easily. It's not difficult. Nice job by the kickoff team here as the Chargers get the ball about the 24-yard line here. Herbert coming out here. Jason says, if Russ goes back in, I'm changing the channel. I don't think he's that hurt. I think it's just sore, I think that's what's going on. So, we shall see. We shall see. 1st and 10. We got Herbert in shotgun formation, single back, stacked with receivers onto the right side here. Hampton also now goes to the right-hand side. And it's a quick toss to Quentin Johnston here for about 11-yard gain there in a 1st down. Cordell fought on the coverage. Just good move by Johnston. Ball's now about the 35-yard line. Quick Herbert getting back out again. Quick toss again to Johnston, who's going to only get about 4 yards this time. Nice thing is he was tackled with the clock still running. So 1:17. So 2nd and 4. He says, Jason's Giants Twitter wanted Johnson that year. I didn't. TCU receivers don't typically do good. He's not been bad though this year. Herbert again going for it. It looks like it is dropped. There's a flag coming on the play too, but yeah, it looks like there is not a completed catch. Bobbled incomplete. Flag was thrown in the general vicinity of Drew Phillips. We'll see what's going on there. Giants might have given them a lifeline. Yep. No flag for roughing the passer. Defender blocked into the quarterback. Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass. There we go. Yeah. Thibodeau was, I mean, there's a whole bunch of guys that got hit into Herbert. Thibodeau's on him, but the Chargers offensive lineman is literally the one who got him. It's not a bad call. 3rd and 5 here. 59 seconds left on the clock. Incomplete pass, so it got stopped. The clock. Ball's about the 39.5-yard line here. And going to be a quick catch to Keenan Allen for a 1st down. So 1st and 10, 53 seconds left. He did get outside. Yeah, he said that. Abdul Carter that time hitting him. Herbert's been hit so many goddamn times today. It's not even funny. Like I said, he's got literally a 2nd string and a 3rd string tackle in there. Got a backup guard. So 1st and 10, about the 49-yard line. And quick catch there. Keenan Allen. Couldn't see who it was on coverage. So timeout called by the Chargers. That's their 1st timeout. 48 seconds left. So we'll keep an eye to see what we get as far as Malik Neighbors in the meantime. But I don't think we're going to hear any news probably. Yeah, still nothing. I think it's more likely we'll see something probably tomorrow on that more than anything else. But yeah, still nothing here. Let's see. Yeah. Like I said, we'll see. All right, here we go. 2nd and 6. Justin Herbert. Pass down the middle to Glad McConkey in double coverage. Drew Phillips and Dane Belton. Incomplete. Jason's, dude, you don't get major injury news during the game, dude. I get that. Sometimes things do break. And I said that. Probably won't be to the after the game. I'm still hoping to hear news. All right, here we go. 3rd and 6. The key stop for the Giants. They're still technically not in range for a field goal. And Giants are going to stop him just shy of the field goal target line, also a couple yards shy of the first down. So it's going to be a 4 and 2. Let's see what they do. "41-yard line." I mean, that's a long field goal to be going for. Let's see. So I can smell your hat from across the country, Florida. Man, I doubt it. It's a very nice smelling hat. Let me show you. All right, here we go. 4th and 2. And you can see hobbling along Jaxson Dart there. And looks like the Chargers are going to go for it on 4th down. 4th and 2. And you got to think short pass. Not even a run here, but we'll see. Either one wouldn't shock me. Offsides. Flag, free play. Interception by Banks, but it won't count. There's a flag. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Yep, on the Giants. First down. Just gave him a first down. Literally just gave them a first down. Good job, Carter. Abdul Carter, offside by like a mile too. Like not even close. Like that's insanity. Just way to extend it at that point there. I mean, not only did you extend the play by the drive by doing that, but now guarantee them points basically. 3 points in a game that's going to be very close is going to be, at least is so far very close. It could be a huge difference. So ball's about the 36-yard line now on 1st and 10. 34 seconds left in the game. Timeout called. So we'll have to see what happens here, but that's whew. Yeah. This is, like I said, this is definitely not a good thing at all in any stretch of the imagination. As Jason's Tim from Online Big Blue already bumping gums, Abdul a bust. I won't say Abdul Carter's a bust. Like I said, it takes a little while for me to call any player a bust, but it's definitely not a good start for Abdul Carter in his career overall. You know. But again, I didn't have any crazy expectations. You know, I told you guys all along, don't go crazy expectations for this kid. Like, it's insane to do that. I don't know why people do it with a rookie all the time. 1st and 10. Here we go. All right. Herbert back to pass. Had the time to do a big bomb there to Quentin Johnston. Touchdown. This is all because of that Abdul Carter move. Touchdown. Hate to put it on one person, but thanks, Abdul Carter, for giving him a touchdown. Appreciate it. This is the BS we do. And Banks just absolutely cooked on that as usual. It wasn't even a good fake. That's why I hate Banks even behind the goddamn field. Like, he should be nowhere near the field. He is a backup corner. Absolutely ridiculous. There's the extra point. Giants still up, though, after all this by 3 points, though, still, guys, at least. And we do get the ball back in the second half. But now we have, of course, no neighbors. We have a hamstring issue on, looks like a hamstring issue with Jaxson Dart. As Jay says, who the hell cooked on a Johnston double move? All he can do is go deep. What the hell? Yeah. That's where we're at. That's why we keep the fridge stocked with beer. Oh my gosh. It's insanity, guys. This is just, it's these are the moves that tick me off as a Giants fan. It's like, when you're sitting there and the Giants are doing everything they can to keep close in there, they're messing up red zone attempts. Now they're having penalties that give up touchdowns. Like the Giants do. This is what I'm saying. The Giants do everything they can to lose games. It's that whole thing we say every week. Good teams find a way to win and bad teams find a way to lose. Like that's just, it is what it is. And we're finding a way right now. Because point blank, the Giants should be winning this game by a decent amount. But instead, because of bad play calling and all, we're not. Not by a lot. We're just winning by 3. Jaxson Dart going out there with 20 seconds. By the way, you can also see how he's getting off the field. He is not getting onto the field, I should say. He is definitely nursing that leg, that's for sure. Bo Collins out there, by the way. Got a Bo Collins sighting with the neighbor's injury. Got a handoff to about 8 yards here by Scatterboo, but the Giants, I think, are letting the clock just go and call it a day. So it seems like 6, 5, 4, 3. Yep, they're letting it go down. They're giving up on the half. So quick couple of yards here. So, all right, guys, that is halftime officially. We're going to pay the bills real quick, and then we'll get into breaking down this game along with breaking down what's going on overall around the NFL as well for you guys there.
Thanks for watching. Like the show? Of course you do, or you would have turned it off by now and not be hearing me. There are plenty of ways to support the show. YouTube is the best place to join us, and we offer memberships there with fun benefits like custom emojis and early access to video clips. Of course, there you can also send super chats and stickers to send one-time support payments. The best way to support the show is to buy these drunk idiots beers at buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs. Along with one-time support payments, there are also monthly plans, so you can continue to help kill their livers each month. You can also show people that you are a goofball by visiting our store at 2giantgoofballs-shop.fourthwall.com. We got everything from shirts, hats, phone cases, funny candles, buttons, stickers, and even a 2 Giant Goofballs towel to dry off your goofballs. Of course, you can always support the show for free by simply hitting the like, subscribe, and share button wherever you are watching or listening to this. Hit the thumbs up on YouTube. Leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. It helps the show tremendously, and quite frankly, the goofballs suck at marketing and need your help to get the word out. Thank you for being part of the Goofball Army and for taking the time out to support the show.
All right, here we go. So let's take a look here at the stats we got in the game. Now, Justin Herbert is definitely been getting lit up by this Giants defense here because of all the injuries to the defense, to the offensive line. 16 to 26, 142 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He's also a leading rusher with that 1 rush he had for 24 yards. Marion Hampton, 4 rushes, 14 yards. Quentin Johnson, of course, had that touchdown late there in that first half. 6 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Keenan Allen, 4 for 29. Amarian Hampton, 4 for 29. Lad McConkey, 1 for 11. And Aronde Gadsden, 1 for 5. Their leading tackler and leading guy overall in this whole entire thing on defense is just 4 tackles, 3 sacks. I mean, that's insane. That's insane for number 45 there. That's just insane. Derwin James, 3 tackles and an assist. Dalen Henley, 3 tackles. Troy Dye, 2 tackles, 3 assists. And Cam Hart, 2 and 1. Sean Hand, 2 tackles as well. So that's the guys on the Chargers side. On the Giants side, Jaxson Dart, 7 of 11, 59 yards. No touchdowns, no picks on the air release side there. But again, they have been not letting him really cut it loose there. I don't know why they're doing this. It's absolutely insane the way they're making this game plan up for him overall. 10 carries, 46 yards for Cam Scatterboo, having a great game there on his side. Jaxson Dart, 6 carries, 44 yards, and a touchdown on the rushing side. Devin Singletary, 3 carries, 5 yards. And this is why I do not want just Singletary and Scatterboo. I wanted Turbo Miller. Hopefully we have that next week here. Leading receiver is Malik Neighbors, of course, was carted off the field. It's the bigger news in this whole thing. Carted off the field with an apparent knee injury. We don't have any word as to what the knee injury is yet. To be very frank, I don't think we'll hear about anything on that until Monday or maybe late in the day, we'll kind of hear where they're leaning towards, but probably Monday is when we get the actual news of what it is. 1 catch, 18 yards for Slayton. 1 catch, 13 yards for Bellinger. 1 for 4 for Johnson. 1 for 4 for Scadaboo, and 1 for 0 for Wandale Robinson. On the defensive side of the ball there, 3 tackles and 1 assist for Tyler Newman, 3 tackles for Cordell Flott, 2 tackles and a sack for Kayvon Thibodeau, 2 tackles for Drew Phillips. And then we'll see what happens, but it looks like they're giving the tackle, and that's it there. I'm trying to look here real quick for you guys. I'm not even seeing it on the list here at all for the time that Abdul Carter, got the hit on Justin Herbert. It's not even coming up on this list at all for some reason. I'll have to find out what they do there. I never saw that tackle. That was, I don't know if they counted him as a ball runner or as a sack at that point there. The big news, obviously, defensively, is the interception by Dexter Lawrence. We got down to about the 2-yard line. Of course, the Giants still messed it up and only got a field goal out of it there. Absolute insanity. But yeah, we'll have to see if maybe the defense can get us one more interception or something here, because this offense does clearly need help whenever it can get it. Here's scores around the league for you guys there. First, we got the final from Thursday was the Seahawks 23, Cardinals 20. The early game here over in Ireland, the Steelers won 24-21 there. So nice close game there. The Falcons up on the Commanders right now, 17-10. Obviously, again, our game at halftime, 13-10 Giants. Looks into the third quarter right now with the Texans still up 6-0 on the Titans. A little crazy how close that game is. The Eagles up 24-6 on the Buccaneers at halftime. At halftime, the Patriots up 28-6 on the Panthers, blowing them away. Also at halftime, the Bills up 14-10 on the Saints, and the Lions up 20-7 on the Browns there. So most of the games pretty much at halftime right now, except the Commanders Falcons, which just started up quarter 3, and the about 11 minutes, just shy of 11 minutes left in the Texans Titans as well. It's a very fast-paced game there. No scoring, but fast-paced. So, we'll see what happens here. But the second half is going to be interesting, I think, for both these two teams. And I think we definitely need some adjustments here on the, both sides of the field here. The Giants got to figure a way to score points. That's an issue. It's definitely something we got to fix here. The also got to go ahead and figure out how to stop this stop this passing attack by Herbert. Like, yes, they're getting to him, but not like they should be. Not nearly like they should be at all. But yeah, it's definitely a good start here. We're winning. Can't complain about that. It feels weird to be winning at halftime. We're not used to winning. But yeah, this has definitely been a very close game. And maybe I'm just snake bitten as a Giants fan, and I'm bitter at this point here. But I have the feeling like the Giants are just going to mess this up and we're going to lose close. Let me know what you guys think as far as what the score is going to be here. But for some reason, I have that vibe like it's going to be a close loss overall for these New York Football Giants here. We'll see. But that's just the vibe that I'm getting in this here. So, but so far, like I said, I can't complain. We're winning. We're winning. So I think that's the key there. That's for sure. So, but listen, guys, I'm going to take a 5-minute break here real quick while we're in halftime. So, be literally right back here. So we're not going to pause this whole thing here. We're just going to put like I said, we're going to be just right back in general there. Give me 1 minute, folks, there. And actually, I'm going to do this before I do that. Just as somebody pops in, I'm going to get a little be right back thing to put up. There we go. That way people know. Gotta take 2 seconds here real quick, because I think my AC is like not even working in this house right now. Just feels like it. Alrighty, and I am back here. Let me get you back here going, guys. We figured out the good news is my AC is working. It's just got put down to 78 degrees for some reason. Goddamn, way too hot. Can't do that in Florida. So, all right, let's see where we're at here, guys. So they're still not ready for the game here yet. So, listen, I guess the big thing we got to look at here is what is the game change is going to be here for these teams overall. I think you're going to see the Chargers will definitely do. I think that they got to realize they should run on the team. I'm shocked they haven't figured that out yet and run this Giants defense much more often. And it's a close enough game they can go ahead and do that. And I think what they should be doing is that probably on their side, along with stacking the box against Jaxson Dart and making other receivers make big plays. On the Giants side, you got to kind of anticipate that's what's going to happen. And you got to get Slayton and Wandale more involved in this offense. Like those guys have to get more involved. You can't keep on just throwing it to neighbors, regardless of the fact that, obviously neighbors out the rest of this game, but we have other players, guys. Slayton's not a bum. Wandale Robinson's not a bum. These guys are proven legit receivers in the NFL. Now, are they neighbors class? No, of course not. But you got to go ahead and include them here. You got to go ahead and do something with these guys. You can't just sit there and just waste the talent in the field there. Otherwise, neighbors is in. Then that's what we'll throw to. Now that he's out, what are you going to do? Assuming it's a minor injury for neighbors, then it's not as big a deal. But if this is a big injury for neighbors, like a lot of people are saying, then what are you going to do? And neighbors is out for the year now. Now you have to figure out how to get around that, So, we'll see. Let's see here. We got any more scores changing up here? Damn, there's still less than 8 minutes left in that Texans-Titans game. That game is just moving along like you would not believe. It's insane. I think the biggest shock to me so far is the two blowouts with the Eagles blowing out the Bucks and the Patriots blowing out the Panthers so far. That's just insane. That's just not what I expected to see whatsoever. That's for damn sure. Either one of those games. I mean, the Patriots, again, haven't really impressed me so far this year. But, it's kind of a flip game then with the Panthers, I thought. But, damn, that's a pretty good win so far for them, assuming it stays that way. Then you got, of course, the Eagles, who the Bucs have been one of the few teams that have played very well against the Eagles the last, 5-10 years here. So, interesting at that point to see how this is going to play out here for both of those. See if all of a sudden the Bucs do get a little magic going here in that third quarter here for them as they're starting up here. All right, let's see here. It looks like they're going to be starting here soon. Potentially, they got an Apple commercial going here now for the game here, which is usually the last one they do before they get back to the field. And yep, now they're back in the field. Let's see. Start of the third. Here we go. Back to the game. And it's funny that I still see people in the chat here for the Red Zone talking about Wink Martindale. Wink is not a good coach, guys. I don't know why people have so much trouble figuring that out. Wink is not a good coach. We just don't like Shane Bowen that much. We're like forgetting how good we thought Wink was. Defenses weren't great those years either. All right, enough of the highlights. Come on. Let's get to the game already. So good news is you got Jaxson Dart still in a helmet and everything. Looks like he should be good to go. So a little worried about him, the way things were going as we kick the ball off. And here we go. Returned Deonte Banks to about the 25-yard line. Seems to be Deonte Banks' best role as a kick returner, I'm telling you. All right, 1st and 10. And I got talking to Daboll. I need to stop talking to Daboll. He's the old coach. Start talking to new coaches. All right, here we go. 25-yard line. Shotgun formation. Hands it off to Scattaboo. And it's crazy because, we're handing off to Scattaboo. We're getting decent yards. The Chargers have to know it's coming. They have to. They can't seem to stop the run, though. And we talked about this going into the game. The Chargers were giving up a good yards per carry in the prior games. Just nobody was running on them. Here the Giants are doing it. You still got to throw occasionally. Another run. Wide open down the middle, Scatterbo. 8-9 yards here, first down. But wide open, like there was nobody even in the vicinity. Like they parted the Red Sea of defense over here, guys. Absolute insane. All right, ball's about the 31-yard line. And again, Scatterbo. Get about 7 yards here. He's just tearing this defense up right now, guys. This is like, we're talking about it being a coming out party for Jaxson Dart. This is like a coming out party right now for Cam Scatterbo instead. 2nd and 4. Watch them do it again. And of course they did it again. This is what the Giants do, and this is what I hate. Like, this worked. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Like, there's no creativeness in this offense whatsoever. They just keep on doing the same goddamn play until the Chargers just go against. Oh, let's just stack the box because we know it's coming. It's 3rd time in a row. Like, eventually you got to change up a little. Shotgun formation now, 3rd and 4. Didn't have to be a 3rd and 4, but instead they went 3 exact same plays in a row. If Dart's going to go for it on first down, he's going to get it. Get the ball down to about the 46-yard line. First down, Giants. Here we go. All right. At least we're getting the ball moving here. Nice blocking all around, by the way. Not often you say as a Giants fan. Nice blocking. Here we go. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation again. Devin Singletary looks like to be the running back there. Nice. Oh, say a nice open pass would have been for a first down to Theo Johnson, but not caught. Oof. 2nd and 10. Let's see this. I want to see the angle. They're showing just the guy in Jaxson Dart's face. I want to see the angle of the pass itself. Yeah, that should have been caught by Theo Johnson. That should have been caught. 2nd down and 10. Watch, this will be a run. No, another pass. Wow, I'm shocked. Yeah, I take it back. Jaxson Dart's running it instead. First down. Here we go. Flag on the field. But here we go. Big run. Down about the 9-yard line, guys. But the flag in the field makes me a little worried this is going to be a holding call. And Jaxson Dart is like leaning over, obviously hurt. And it is on the Giants. 38-yard run wiped away by a penalty. That's on a holding call on John Michael Schmitz there, guys. That's horrible. After I said nice things about him, but Jaxson Dart needs to learn to take the goddamn slide here. This is just ridiculous. Like, he's going to get himself hurt. And I mean beyond this, the leg and the hamstring issue he's having. That's going to get him hurt. He hit helmet to helmet with the defender, even you see in the replay. So 2nd and 20 now, guys. Let's see what's going on. Looks like they're going to force him out of the game. Jaxson Dart. I think that's because of the helmet to helmet there. Oh, it's horrible. Russell Wilson's going to have to go in. Just what we want. Medical stoppage from the spotter in the booth. I told you. Oh, horrible. This is the BS that we deal with as Giants fans. And it's insane because all you had to tell this kid was the first time we did it in the preseason. We saw in the preseason, take the goddamn slide. But instead he goes head to head with a defender. Now they want to check him out. Horrible. And partially because he's leaning over after the play. I think it was his leg, not like a concussion thing. But they got to be careful. Flagging the play. Russell Wilson sacked, fumbled, potentially. Let's see. Oh, my God. This is horrendous. False start on the offense. This is insanity. Oh, legal formation, sorry, on the offense. So, third down. See, there you can show it right now, where he literally hit helmet to helmet with Hart, the defender on the Chargers. That's what I was saying. So at that point, they got to get him checked out. And Dart's all pissed off about having to get checked out. Well, take the fucking slide. You want to deal with this? That's on you, Dart. Russell Wilson now in the game. And we're doing a quick toss at that point to Wan'Dale Robinson on 3rd and 26, as if there's any shot in hell that's going to do anything. The Giants just threw up the white flag and gave up. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh my gosh. Absolutely insane, guys. This is what just the stuff that got to piss you off as a Giant fan. So now we're going to punt it away. We're making plays. We're making movement. Penalties and crappy plays in the Giants. There's a flag, oddly enough, down here. We're going to find out, but the Giants are going to stop the Chargers at the 14-yard line. Let's see what the flag is, though, first. But 46-yard punt by Jamie Gillum, Scottish Hammer. Holding on the Chiefs. Half the distance to the goal. Oof. Jay says, damn, you could post a suicide hotline in the chat now. Yeah, might as well. 1-800 Giants fan. It's absolute insanity. Like, I don't get it. Like, why are we like, there's so much things right now just make no sense. That's why I just keep on drinking beer as this game goes, guys. That's all there is to it. Keep on drinking. Because this is just absolutely pathetic here. But like I said, he should be back and good to go, Dart. But it's the same, though, because you just ruined that entire goddamn drive by doing that. Absolutely insane, guys. Absolutely freaking insane. Otherwise, news around the league. Falcons extended their lead to 24-13 on the Commanders. All the other games are so far just as they were. So we'll see. Guys, Jason's drink up Gordo. I know what that means. I'm not fat. I'm just big boned. Oh my gosh. But I will drink up. But yeah. Third, like I said, it's just I'm at a loss here, guys. This whole scenario, like Giants just not getting their shit together as usual. You know, penalties negating big plays. You know, the stupidity of Dart just not taking the slide, taking the hit, and then leaning over, which I think was the hamstring. We'll see. But you take a helmet to helmet hit and then lean over for a minute. They're gonna pull you out of the game. But he's got to learn. Him doing the couple extra yards at that point there did not help the team when he has to come out then afterwards. Like, that's not helping. What's helping is him staying in the game and not having to have Russell Wilson play a quarterback. Russell Wilson just totally killed that drive. Sacked. And then screenplay, them hoping something major would happen when obviously we know it's not gonna. But absolutely insane. I'm trying to see real quick here. We got any more news on neighbors? But again, I don't expect anything. So Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero both saying that Neighbors is believed to have torn his ACL. So that is officially unofficial, I guess is the best way to put it there. but that's as good a sources as it gets. Torn ACL for Malik Neighbors, so his year is done already. That's insanity. Horrible. Like we could win this game and still lose. Basically, is where it's at. That's pretty bad. Looking here, so Jaxson Dart evaluated for concussion and cleared according to Dan Salamone. So Jaxson Dart will be back in. So Jaxson Dart back, and yeah, Malik Neighbors out for the year as a first down coming here for the Chargers. We're talking about the injuries, but yeah, that's bad, guys. That's definitely bad. As Jay says, you've been watching football for years, for decades, and ACL and Achilles, you can see it right away. I was hoping not. I was hoping. Actually, going to be 3rd and 1 they're setting on the Giants there, actually. And now instead, it's going to be, Paulson or Debo just sucks and can't tackle anybody, right? Am I right? Like, just dragged for like 15 yards, basically. Paulson or Debo, I think granted, he's coming back off a broken leg, so we'll have to see. Give him a little time. But so far, that has been a bad signing, guys. That's been a really bad signing now. So, no Neighbors the rest of the year. That definitely doesn't help us with winning games, right? We just fire Daboll now and get it over with. Seriously. Shotgun formation, first down for the Chargers to get the ball around the 32-yard line. Tossing the ball out. Almost got picked off there by Paulson or Debo, who, again, can't make the play. 2nd and 10. See the replay if they can show it there how close he was to getting that, but it looked like he was out. Joe Alt officially out, by the way, for the game as well. So that means the Chargers are officially kind of screwed on offensive line there. He's in regular clothes even. He's got his foot in a boot and everything there, showing the right foot in the boot. Screenplay here for the Chargers. Nubin misses the tackle, but there's a whole bunch of guys there. Carter, Nubin comes back in, gets a couple of yards, and that's it there for Bad Conklin. So it'll be 3rd down coming up here for the Chargers. 3rd and 7. Nice thing is, again, guys, I said, Jaxson Dart has cleared concussion protocol, so he's going to return. But bad news, yeah, no more Neighbors. Probably for the year. 3rd and 7, here we go. Flag on the play immediately. False start. Here we go. So Giants at least get a little help here from the refs in this one here. As Zion Johnson gets called again. I feel like he's been called a couple times. But yeah, it's gonna be hard with Neighbors out for the year now. Feel good about this game even if we win. 3rd and 12. All right, here we go. Shotgun formation, Herbert taking his time. A flag already thrown in the field. Already. It's got to be another false start. It is. False start. Finally, for once, the Giants are the ones getting penalties on them. This is on Gadsden. Looks like the tight end. Third and 17. Watch them still get it. Here we go. And let's see. Pressure from Burns. Marion Hampton gets it. He's going to get tackled. About 8-yard gain there. So about 9 yards short. 4th down here. Banks getting the congrats from his teammates on being involved in the tackle as well. But 4th and 9, Giants will get the ball back here. Still up by a field goal. You know, I mean, it's crazy because we don't, we're pissed right now because the Giants not playing well overall and not getting points when they should. Stupid touchdown given up because of a offsides call by Abdul Carter, but Giants are still up, guys. Let's be honest. Most people we didn't think there'd be a shot. Another flag on this play too. God damn, it's a sloppy game. Gunnar Olszewski taking it back to about the 23-yard line. Good return on the play there, but again, there is a flag, so we'll have to see what that is. This is like more flags than Sheldon Cooper presents fun with flags starring Sheldon Cooper here. Let's see. Tons of movement around. Sean Hawkwood will do a lot of pointing. Hasn't announced yet what the actual call is going to be here. Holding receiving team. Another holding on the receiving team. God damn. So penalty, let's see here. Half the distance to the goal from the 70-yard line when the holding call was. Oh, God. Yeah. Jaxson Dart's gotten really bad position here to start these drives. Like, this is something the Giants really got to figure out here. Like, you can't keep giving this kid the ball like the 1-yard line, 3-yard line. Expect good things to happen. Yeah, that's not good. Not good, that's for sure. But I've been impressed with him so far. I think Jaxson Dart's actually looked pretty decent. Not great, but he's looked decent. That's for sure. So, as for the commercial break, let's get yet another beer in the mini fridge. This is why you put a mini fridge in the podcast studio, so you can just keep on going. So, all right, here we go. Third down, third beer, third quarter, third beer. That's not too bad. One per quarter. All right, here we go. Let's see. These commercials are ridiculous. I think they got to run out of commercials in this game. I feel like it's been nonstop commercial breaks between the injuries, the flags, the challenges. This has just been an insane game with that kind of stuff here. Very slow moving game here. But let's see here. See if we got anything else around the league here for you guys real quick. Because to be honest, something we're going to talk about is what we do without neighbors. Which, I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but you got to have a next man up mentality, and you got to say, okay, it's time now for Slayton. It's time now for Wan'Dale Robinson to do the thing there. You know, Cam Scatteraboo probably going to be part of that as well. Obviously, he's a good receiving running back there as well. Extend the leads by the Falcons 24-13 now against the Commanders. The Texans extended their lead. They're up 12-0 on the Titans. And then the Patriots just destroying the Panthers 35-6 there. Jason's next man up. He's 5'6". I know, I get it. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here. Just trying. So, as Jay says, Tampa trying to come back. Someone, but let's see, where's that game at? 24-13. 8 minutes, 21 seconds left. Listen, if anybody can go ahead and do that, it's Tampa. Tampa is that scrappy team, man. Tampa is definitely scrappy. I mean, I don't, obviously I'm a Giants fan first and foremost, but I will root for the Bucks whenever they're not playing the Giants, considering I live here in Tampa Bay. See, Jason's Pro Football Talk reporting ACL for neighbors. Everybody is. First and 10. Here we go. It's going to be a run, obviously, that deep into the territory. Scatteraboo going to get maybe a yard or two. That's it. At least a little bit of breathing room. I feel like these are the positions that what they should do is fake the handoff and go for a deep pass to Slayton. As they're showing here, the Bills getting another touchdown there is going to be up now 21-14. Sorry, 21-10 on the Saints. Here we go. Under center for Dart. And fumbled the snap. At least the Giants got it back, but oh my God. Talk about what could have been a really big play. Oh my God. Let's see. Yeah. Dart just fumbled it right before the end zone it got to. Sheesh. That was a really close play to be really bad. Andrew Thomas, the guy who stopped the ball from going in the end zone. And they got 3rd and basically 12 on this play. I haven't seen what's going to be yarded by 3rd and 13. Dart throw low. I think it bounced off the ground into Wan'Dale Robinson's hands. So you're really going to ask the Scottish Hammer to punt the ball from the 1 yard line. Oh my God. This is good. This is the Giants. This is the Giants. Ugh. This is going to be a big time punt, hopefully, from the Scottish Hammer. Literally backed up at the end of the end zone there. Got it away at least. Nice high kick. Moving it back to about the 30-yard line. I'll say that's a damn good kick here. Looks like he's going to get tackled right around the 40. Good job for freaking Scottish Hammer. Horrible job by the offense, but great job by the Scottish Hammer. That was a damn good punt. Like literally backed up at the end of the end zone. Ball's in the 1 yard line, not even like the half yard line. And goes ahead and gets the punt ball back to about the 40. Like I said, that's good. Jay says he can do that stuff, but his placement sucks. Yes, he has no ability whatsoever to hit the corners for some reason. I don't know why. And Jay says, nice job. Yeah, like I said, he did good. So, like I said, we gotta give the credit where the credit's due. That was a good punt by him overall. Let's see if we got anything else here changing on the scores here for you guys. No, it looks like the same here. Actually, the Saints actually got a touchdown. So, they're 21-16 right now as we speak. So, Bills only up by 5 points. One of the things Rob and I told you guys, Bills don't typically kill these teams that are bad. They typically kill the teams that are good somehow, which is what they do. They kind of play down at the level that they're playing here. Chargers also, I'm sorry, the Commanders also only down by 8 points. They're still within a touchdown of their game as well. So, Jason, you guys don't even be, it's not just you there. You don't want commenting, but I can see people are there. Don't you worry. Schmuck. But yeah, like I said, it's definitely a game that this game is like one of those typical Giants fan games. Like I said, just so many things going wrong we should have done right. Horrible red zone opportunities. Offsides by Abdul Carter allows for the touchdown when the Giants had the Chargers stopped dead to rights. So many things. So many things. But like I said, the Giants are still technically up right now, guys. They're still technically up. That's the crazy part. So, we'll see. Maybe they still win it. Maybe they still pull it out because the Chargers, their offensive line's just that jacked up. But we'll see. Yeah, wrong pipe with the beer there. Let's see here. Jay says, technically up feels great. No, listen, we're up. There's no technicality. You're either up or you're not up. We're up. So, I don't know. What else could you do at this point? We're up. It's just, it is what it is. But, it's just not a good feeling being up, and mostly because of the neighbors thing. As Marion Hampton gets the ball on first down, Giants swarm him pretty quickly there and about a 2 yard gain. Jason feels like we're getting blown out. We're winning. You're just not used to winning right now. That's the problem. We're winning with a really bad injury. That's basically what happened. I mean, that's the thing. When you got that kind of big injury, like you're talking to your best offensive player just gone right now, then yeah, you're not going to feel good. But, Scatterboo's playing good, so you got to like that. Defense is playing good, though, granted, with a backup offensive line, basically, for the Chargers. So, it is what it is. Marion Hampton gets the ball again. Burns takes him down, gets him only about a 1 yard gain there. Great job by Burns to go across the line to go ahead and get him. Jason, we need a first-round wide receiver or a splash signing a wide receiver this offseason. I don't think we need that. Honestly, I think the biggest splash we need is a new coach. That's what I really think. Burns is nice this year, Jay says. Yeah. Say he put the work in. He definitely has put the work in, and it shows. All right, 3rd and 6. Shotgun formation. And there we go. Pick by Drew Phillips. On 3rd and 6. No, I see a flag down. Take it back. I was about to say no flag. He's going in for might be close to a touchdown, but it is a flag. I'm not going to get excited until I see what happens with that. As Jason, I thought they paid too much for Burns. Drew said they did. Based on what he did so far, they did. But let's see what the flag is here before we get too excited. It's coming back. Pass interference. And the Giants are still celebrating. Hold on. Oh, what? Was it offensive pass interference? Wow. Wow, it is on the offense. That's crazy. Jason was screwed. I did too. I'm so used to being screwed. That's 2 interceptions in a game for the Giants. This is like a record. Wow. All right, so we're in the red zone, so that means field goals coming. Jude might as well start getting ready. No, honestly, here we got to do a pass. Do a quick slant to Wandale. Let's do it. Of course, Scattaboo run up the middle. Gonna get about a yard. It's Jason's Dart rushing TD. I'll take it, man. I don't care how we get the TD. I want the damn TD. If you get a touchdown here, we're up at that point 20-10. That really sets this apart. Here we go, though. 13-10. Giants looking to make it 20-10. 2nd and goal. Ball's about the 3.5 yard line here. And they're pitching it to Theo Johnson for the touchdown. There we go. There we go. Giants finally winning here by like actual margin. Great play by Dart. I want to see the replay on this. Dart gets his first touchdown. Oh, there's a flag in the play. There's a flag. Went down late, though. I think we're good. Probably one of those assigned at the kickoff kind of thing. Let's see. Touchdown. Okay. That's all I care about. Unnecessary roughness after the play was over. Personal foul on the defense. Number 96. Ooh. Look at this. Shuffle. And you can see it was a design shuffle. Theo Johnson was looking to see if the ball was coming his way, by the way. That was nice. And as Jason said, it was a nice play design. It was. I hate to say it almost to a certain degree because I'm trash talking so much the play calling here overall. But yeah, that was a nice design play. Giants are going for 2 points. Why? Why are you going for 2 points? It took the 1 yard. So they can go for 2. Cam Scattaboo got the 2 points. Look at that. We got a 2-point conversion even. We got the 2 points. We never get 2 points. Giants up 21 now. 21-10. That's insanity. That means the Giants now are up by a touchdown and more than a field goal, Jay. That's why I said I don't care. Why mess with it? That's why. I don't necessarily like it or agree with it. Oh, don't show Theo Johnson in the things. I mean, Theo Johnson, sorry, Blake Neighbors and these things. Just make us sad. But now you make it where they have to get 2 touchdowns now for it to be winning. It used to be they can get a touchdown to field goal to tie it. I get the math part of it. The Giants have been horrible at 2-point conversions, guys. So, it just is what it is. And he says it's like a momentum killer if you don't get it. But now we did get it. Now it's a momentum creator. And is what it is. But the big thing here is, guys, that is officially the first touchdown pass of Jaxson Dart's career. And I think that's something right there that needs to be celebrated right there. Even though he still has 62 yards, by the way. And that's it. 62 yards passing. That's insanity. Jay says, I don't care about math or analytics with analytics, he says. It is what it is. I get it. I mean, I don't agree with it. I said that point blank, but I get it. And in this case, it happens to work for the Giants. So, it is what it is. So we'll see. But that's yeah. G says, wow, we saw the touchdown test together all stop. There's more than just you in there. You're the one chatting, Jay. Stop it. Sheesh. We have about 40 people watching here right now. So chill, Jay. But yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens here. But this is going to be, now we're actually got an actual game that we're up in by a decent amount. Maybe the Giants fans actually get a little excited for once. Because, to be honest, Giants fans, we're so down, it's not even funny. We've seen this every year with the Giants the last couple of years where Giants start losing and all of a sudden everybody stops caring. And all of a sudden people start going, just giving up on the team. That happened very early this year, guys. Point blank happened after like week 1. And we can see our numbers across all the platforms. And they're all way down this year video-wise because people just aren't listening and not watching because they're just tired of the Giants. I can't blame them, point blank. I will say special shout out to anybody watching that is usually part of our audio crew, as the audio podcast, though, is taking off big time. We've really doubled this year our, doubled this month, I should say, our record for most downloads on the audio podcast there. So, as they're focusing in on Jaxson Dart's mom, this is not going to go well. I don't even know why people think she's like amazing looking, but whatever. For some reason, Instagram goes crazy every time they show her. Not a bad looking woman, I'm saying not like amazing. All right, 1st and 10, shotgun formation for the Chargers. Fakes the handoff to Omari and Hampton and takes a quick toss there out to the fullback. Scott Matlock, who's their fullback / defensive lineman there. So 2nd and 9 coming. As Jay says, who's available? Wide receivers who knows our system. Colin Johnson or Allen Robinson is all I can think. I don't know. And I don't think we need a guy who knows our system per se. It's wide receiver. Just say, here's your route. Here's your block. You can have one guy that doesn't know the playbook yet. Just make it simple on him. Brian Burns. Oh, my God. So close to a sack in that one. But somehow, Justin Herbert gets it away. Gadsden gets a first down. That's crazy. Burns was this close to the sack. So we'll see. First 2-game interception game since week 7, 2023 for Justin Herbert. And who would have thought the Giants? Giants are not good usually getting interceptions. 1st and 10 for the Chargers here. So they're going to hand the ball off to Omari and Hampton, who's going to get a good run. Goddamn. And that's a touchdown for the Chargers, guys, right there. That's what I said. Chargers, if they're smart, would run against us. I didn't want them to, don't get me wrong, but goddamn. Massive touchdown run. Ugh. It's bad. And you got to think the Chargers will probably go for 2 here as well. Wide open. And it's like the guys just stopped even looking for the ball. If you watch that play, the guy's just like stopped. Now, I'll give them credit once they realized the play was still going on, but it's almost like they thought somebody had him. I don't know why. We got a game again, guys. We got a game again. Second 2-point attempt here. If they didn't miss this, this is big, and the Giants are still up by 5. But if they get this, we're only up by 3 again. So let's see. 2-point attempt here. This could be huge for this game, guys. Jay said, F and Okereke, wouldn't a prime linebacker stuff him in the gap? Okereke played hide and go seek. Yeah, he has not played good since that first year. I have not been a big fan of him the way he's played the last year and a couple games here. I think he made a lot of business decisions last year too. I heard he was fighting an injury, but still not been very happy. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Taking forever to get to this 2-point conversion. Let's get to the damn play. Here we go. 2-point conversion attempt. And I got to think it's going to be a quick pass here. Herbert's going for it on his own. And the Giants, nope, did not stop him. He's got his 2. Again, they're hitting guys. They're not getting the tackles. That's the extremely frustrating part to watch this team. You're in the right place. You're getting the contact. You're just not taking the guy to the ground. You watch this. The first guy is DJ Davidson, it looks like here. Yeah. I said it's not there. Tyler Newman, who was actually back, they said before he was ruled out for the game, he's back in. That's not Tyler Newman, sorry, Javon Holland. He is back in. So, yeah. Giants are officially just up by 3 again. We're back like the last 2 drives never happened, basically. So, there goes all those fun, good feelings the Giants fans had, right? We're like, yay, we're actually up by a little bit this time. We can actually breathe for once. Nope. A couple plays later, massive run. Marion Hampton, by the way, guys, 9 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown after that play now. That's what I said. The Giants typically make guys look good. It's what they do. They cannot go ahead and stop the run, the Giants. And it's a shame with the kind of talent we have. But it is what it is. Let's see here. Not much changed around the league, also score-wise here. Falcons now up 31-16 of the Commanders. As we got the kickoff here. Got Devin Singletary getting the kickoff. It's a decent return. It'd be nice if the camera actually showed the goddamn yardage where they're at. I swear the camera crew sucks today. Nice walk in the line here by Singletary. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Now we can see better in the yard up. They stopped before you can see what goddamn yard he got to. All right, so yeah, here we go. So they're about the 39-yard line. It's not a bad starting position here for the Giants. Jaxson Dart, quick toss out to Cam Scatterby, who's got an opening. Going to get about 7 yards here on that first down. 2nd and 3. Scatterby has been just a goddamn beast in this game. I know I said the big run that Hampton just had, but I still take his game over Hampton's. Can't count big runs week to week. He's just been solid. Another run by Scatterby. Gonna get that first down by a couple yards there. So about 5 yards there. I'll take it. Scatterby's just a beast in this game here. I think this is honestly, guys, what you're going to see the rest of this year now with Neighbors out, by the way. You're going to see a whole lot more of the game here where it's going to be the Giants just running the ball, occasional throw. Rookie quarterback, running back, that's what's going to happen. So shotgun formation here for Dart. And he's gonna take a sack. What the hell? Throw the goddamn ball away. That was a rookie dumb move right there. Absolute rookie dumb move. 2nd and 16 now. Lost 6 yards in that play. Could have moved over just a little bit there and just thrown the ball away. Absolutely ridiculous. That's the fourth quarter now going into play here with the Giants still up, though, 21-18. But, yeah, this is just – Dart's got to learn to play smarter here. I think this is why the Giants didn't want to play him this quickly, to be honest with you guys. And this is what I was kind of concerned with some of the stuff. He plays reckless at times. And giving up those kind of yardage when you could have just moved over a little bit to the right and tossed the ball away is a dumb football play. Sorry. It is. That's not a play where you sit there and say, oh, he just didn't see this receiver open. No, he just flat out could have moved off a little bit to the right and thrown the ball away. And sometimes that's the plays that decide a game. Jason's still up, though, making fun of me. Just saying. It is. He says, Drew, are Falcons good tires? Oh, God. You want me giving tire advice now on this whole thing? They're not horrible tires. They're not great tires, but they're not horrible. They're like the lower end of name brands. I'll put it that way. So, I don't sell tires, though, Jake. Oh, my gosh. But let's see here. What else we got here going on? See if any of the games going. It changes here. In the third quarter, Eagles still up 31-20 on the Bucks. Texas now extending their lead 19-0 on the Titans here. Falcons are up 31-22 on the Commanders. Patriots absolutely crushing the Panthers 42-6. 21-16, the Bills up on the Saints. Like I said, I thought that game a little closer. Lions up 20-10 on the Browns as well. Again, another game we thought would be a little closer there. People are way too bullish on this whole Lions beating up on the Browns and Bills beating up on the Saints. Browns are a good defense, and the Bills just don't tend to destroy teams. They tend to let bad teams stay in for some reason. It just is what it is. All right, let's see here. We got more updates. I'm trying to see if anybody else had any more updates there on Neighbors, but yeah, let's see. Adam Schefter got the call on Neighbors saying that there's going to be an MRI Monday morning to verify what they believe, and they believe it is an ACL. Just absolutely insanity there. Let's see. Okay. All right. 2nd and 16 now for the Giants. They're ball about the 45-yard line, guys. Quick toss out to Slayton, who's going to get the first down. There we go. Guys, remember, this is not a bad defense we're facing this week, too, by the way. My empties out of the way. They're kind of getting in the way here. Jason's Drew thinks he's Al Michaels. No, Al Michaels is like 50 years older than I. He's got to be 97 now, right? Oh, my gosh. 1st and 10. Here we go. Ball's about the 38-yard line. Scattaboo evades one tackler. Can only evade so many, but he gets a couple yards out of it at least. I gotta love the way he runs, though. Like I said, I worry about him long term with the way he plays too, but I do love the way he plays. Here we go. Yeah, get right out of the leg tackle. Jalen Hyatt just stands around. He has no clue what he's doing. It just is what it is. I don't know why Jalen Hyatt's still on the team. All right, here we go. 2nd and 8. Jaxson Dart. Behind center. Moves around. Gonna get sacked again. You can already see before it even happens. Second, we'll find out. Well, the third one, we'll find out what's going on now. This is ridiculous. It's just like, you knew this was gonna. You could see it happening. Look at this. He's got to get better at getting the ball away. Like, I know you want to move around and get something going there, but just throw the goddamn ball away. This is what we talked about. Rookies, we talked about the pregame. In the preview, I should say. Rookies tend to hold on to the ball too long. Just is what it is. You got to learn that. Get that clock down. 3rd and 14 here now. And he's got all the time in the world this time. And he's going to run for it. He's going to get a few yards. Ball's going to be about the 38-yard line. So, question is, 4th and 11. Do you go for the long field goal? It's a long field goal. Let's see what the Giants do. I mean, if you're up by 6, the big difference right now, up by 3 with the way this game's going. Every point matters. Watch right there, wide open on the left-hand side, and then Jalen Hyatt, of course, being covered the whole time. They're going to punt it. Wow. About the 40. I mean, I get it, but now you have the easy kick, but that's a ball be fair catch about the 8-yard line. We talked about before. As Jay says, 86 yards passing, projects to about 1,400 yards. We're good. Yeah, exactly. And he also says, maybe we save Heber's contracts towards ACL and won't be contract eligible extension after next year. Silver lining, right? Yeah, no, that's no silver lining there. There's no way to silver line that bullshit. You can't lipstick on that pig. It is what it is. All righty. We are in the 4th quarter. It's time to get my first quarter beer. I have 2 more for the post-game show still in the fridge. The little fridge holds the 6-pack, so it works out well. All right. So 4th quarter now. Giants just punt the ball back. They're up by 3. At least the nice thing is that if the defense can do their thing. Almost had a beer catastrophe here. The defense can do their thing at that point there. We can go ahead and get this ball back with good position, potentially. But the problem is that the defense is just lacking. It's lacking. I mean, look at what's going on in this offensive line. This pass rush should be just absolutely bullying and taking over this game right now. Jay says, Saints and Falcons punishing bettors. Listen, anyone should have seen what's going on with the Saints. Bills play down. They're 21-19 right now. 7.5 minutes left to go. How bad would it be if the Saints beat the Bills? You know, but that's just life sometimes. 26-0 Texans on the Titans, by the way. Goddamn. Browns up 27-10. Real blowouts and a couple close ones there. Still hoping the Bucks can go ahead and score a touchdown. They got the ball right now and go ahead and force something closer with this Eagles team here. The Bucks, like I said, you typically play very well against the Eagles. All right, here we go. Come on, enough commercials. Now they got in the tunnel. Like, ooh, look, we're in New York. Every New York thing is like, here's a bridge, here's the tunnel, here's the Statue of Liberty. Like that's all the montage they do. So, all right, come on. Enough of this montage of the tunnel here. I swear, this. There we go. Okay, this telecast just too many goddamn commercials. 1st and 10 here. Again, ball's about the 8-yard line. Herbert back to pass. He is got hit. Almost got sacked there. Ball goes out to Quentin Johnston, who did not catch the ball there, but so close to being a safety there. Like half a second longer, that's a safety. Let's see here. All right, 2nd and 10. It looks like it's a blitz coming here, but we'll see. Shotgun formation. Nope, no blitz. Quick pass out. That's to Keenan Allen. So 3rd down coming. Be nice, like I said, if the Giants get a stop here. It'd be really nice for the Giants offense to get the ball with a good position here. But 3rd and 2. It should be an easier first down to get a 3rd and 2. Jay says, damn, real temperature is 103 in Tampa on the field. That must suck. Yeah, it's not that bad. You can figure it out.
There we go. 3rd and 2. Shotgun formation. But don't let the fully Brandon Hampton is to the left of them. Still might be. Oh, nope. Abdul Carter gets in there quickly. Forces the quick throw. 4th and 2 now, guys. There we go. Carter is definitely making his presence felt. That's the weird thing. Carter is doing his thing. He's just not getting the sacks. I'm still pissed at him for that bad play, but look at this. Watch this play. Right on through, like nobody was even there for him. Like, absolute insanity. Herbert had no chance but just throw it away and hope for the best. And he did get away at least. But 4th and 2, a punt, barely out of the end zone. Giants should get good field position here. As the ball goes out around the 45-yard line, it was punted out of bounds. That was a really bad punt. Where's it going to go? We're going to find out. Oh, my God. Ball's at the 45 for the Chargers. I was like 10 yards off where I thought it was. God damn. Whew. Listen, if the Giants see like 10 yards, even look at getting a field goal in this, and that's it. Absolute insanity. This is a chance for the Giants to do this. This is a chance for the Giants to put a nail in the coffin right here if they get a touchdown. 45 yards. It's about as good a field position as you're going to get. Jason, he's in strong, good tackle, but his elite pass rush techniques was crazy to me that Tim is bearish. Like I said, I'm not either side of the coin personally on Carter. I see pros, I see cons. Let's see. Quick handoff there to Devin Singletary. He's going to get a good, actually, first down run. That's 6 yards. Let's see. So, yeah, 6 yards, so 2nd and 4. Jason's need a touchdown field goal just gives a true shot, a true heartbreak. Yes, it does. 11 yards left in the game, though. Either way, there's still a chance. Here we go. And there we go. First down for Singletary. There we go. It was nice. You see Dart, and they're trying to help with the blocking, too. I like that. There's so much I love about the way this kid plays. I really do. But here we go. Singletary's still out there, by the way. 1st and 10. Ball's now about the 36-yard line. Dart is going to throw. Quick throw out to Slayton. Come on. Slayton's still pushing, trying to get that first down. Going to be about a yard shy. Maybe 2. I'll still first down. I'll take that in a heartbeat. Let's see. Here we go. 2nd and 1. They're giving. Wow. Okay. Look at that. Perfect hitch route there to Slayton. And Singletary's going to get the first down here. Get about the 18-yard line. There we go. There we go. I'll take it. First and 10 here, guys. Singletary's still in there, by the way, too, because he's all of a sudden caught fire. Giants going to take this fire for whatever they can get for it, so. Shotgun formation. Hand it off to Singletary. Oh, fake it. Go to Wan'Dale Robinson. He's going to get a couple yards out of it. There we go. Turn that corner. Going to get about 5-6 yards in. I'll take that on the first down. Get Wan'Dale involved in this game. Come on. That was a nice, sneaky handoff there. Wan'Dale Robinson, good balance on that. Almost fell. Got it. Even put his hand out a second time to get another yard out of it. And handoff to Singletary. Going for that first down. He might have gotten it. If not, he's really just shy of it. See where they spot the ball. I think he's just shy of it. 3rd and 2. Perfect time for a quick run down the middle. They're saying 3rd and 2, but I don't think it's not 3rd and 2. It's like 3rd and 1, not even. Got a challenge flag by Daboll, by the way. This is a big drive for the Giants, too. They know it. Like, you get a touchdown here, you're up by 10 points, hypothetically. Let's see. Right there, he's down about... Trying to see. It's nice that they had a red line in there so we can see where the hell it's supposed to be. They're talking right out of the 9-yard line is where it should be. Based on what we're seeing here. Right there. Yeah, about the 9-yard line. Jason's Dart's mom is our age. I feel old, but she's hot, so I kind of feel not too washed. Oh my god. Again, this is I knew it was gonna come in here. Let's see. Jaxson Dart's mom. How old is she? I gotta look to see how old she is, but she's probably in her 40s, I'm assuming. Doesn't say. Doesn't say. Let's see here. Jason's that Buffalo Wild Wings mascot is great. Andrew Thomas changes his team. And I love those arm slots. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So this is I just hate with these commercial breaks for challenges. Like, just find out and let's move on, guys. It's just, yeah. Jason is kind of disappointed you don't have the I'm a man, I am 40 for the soundboard for Rob. I need to add a whole bunch of stuff to the soundboard. I don't have that much on there right now. But I have like 60 different things I can put on here. I only have like 24. So I'm nowhere near. As Jay says, they're selling advertising. You suck at marketing. Yeah, it happens. I admit it freely. We suck at marketing. Great time, by the way, to mention. But if you guys haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the share button there. Also, of course, we'll be on live with the post-game coverage the second this game is over. For those of you on YouTube, that'll put you right automatically over to there. So it'll go ahead and recommend that video next for you guys there. Usually we take just like a 5-minute break there in between the two. So we can go ahead and take a quick bathroom break and get on going for the next one there. So, but we do keep the post game separate from the in-game coverage so that we can convert that over to our audio podcast later on there. So that's what we'll be doing all year long. So, all right, come on. Enough commercials now. This has been a ridiculous amount of commercials this game. It really has been. Here we go. 3rd and 2 they're showing, and then they're showing right now the spot. And there is the ball. Just shy of the first down. So 3rd and 1, they're saying. We did lose the challenge there, which means we lose the timeout, by the way. Shotgun formation, which I'm kind of shocked by. And the Giants, of course. There we go. Dart. Second effort. Oh, my God. There we go. There is a flag in the play, though. We'll see what happens. But Dart with the effort. I love the effort. It's on the defense, by the way, that they're offsides on the defense. But there we go. I'll take it. By the way, it's just me. They're showing way too many pictures of Jaxson Dart's mom at this point. I get it. She's a decently good woman, but there's plenty of them in the stands, I'm sure. Scroll around if you want to be the weird perverts like that. But damn, Scatterbill right there with that effort. I love it. I love it. 1st and goal about just short of the 5-yard line there. So 4 3/4, we'll call it. Scatterbill back in, by the way, as well. So you know what's going to happen right now. Bellinger is a fullback. So writing's on the wall, and sure enough, there it is. Bellinger blocks. Scatterbill gets down about the 1.5-1-yard line around there. Here we go. All right, let's take a look here. Second and goal. Come on, let's get it going. Time for another touchdown. You can see Scottaboo ready to go. For some reason, I have optimism that they're going to actually score a touchdown here. I don't know why. Shotgun formation there. Wan'Dale Robinson in motion off to the left-hand side. Ball handoff to Scottaboo. Come on! You got closer, but not quite. Not quite. We got third and goal here. There we go. That's so close. The one guy stopped him. That's the thing with Scottaboo. He's not a big guy. Like, he plays like a big guy, but he's not a big guy. You get a head on him. Sometimes he's done. Third and goal. Derwin James just point blank saved them a touchdown. All right. Shotgun formation again. You got Wan'Dale lined up right against the line. You got Slade on the other side there. I just hide it to the side. Jeez, this is going to be a run. Design run. Scottaboo lost 2 yards in this, guys. Wow. You could tell it's going to be a run. Just but the second I saw Hyatt out there instead of Slate, I knew it was a run. Horrible play calling again, as usual. Fourth down. And the Giants are going for it on fourth down. Are you freaking kidding me? Take the goddamn points. This is insane. Fourth down. Listen, I'll be happy to get it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to say that up front, but this is not a good play. Empty backfield. Scottaboo is a wide receiver. Dart's just moving around, hoping to get something here. Throws the ball up. Wan'Dale Robinson drops the ball in the end zone. So, way to give all the momentum to the Chargers. That was goddamn stupid. This is exactly why Brian Daboll needs to be fired. Point blank. If the Giants lose this game, it's on that right there. It's on that right there. Brian Daboll needs to be fired immediately. Absolutely insane. Oh. That is about as bad. And no, give credit to Jaxson Dart. At least gave Wan'Dale Robinson a chance to catch the ball. And watch the replay. Wan'Dale Robinson should have caught the ball. But that is so goddamn stupid, it's not even funny. Like, there is no reason not to take the 3 points there. Take the 3 points. Get the freaking up by 6. You force the Chargers to have to go ahead and get a touchdown. Now the Chargers, instead, they're going to just go ahead and do the thing. Watch this lose this game now. Marion Hampton now getting about 7 yards, 8 yards in the first run because the Giants defense is even like, what the hell? As Jay, I see you there. Dart did great there. He did. Like I said, I'm not blaming Dart at that at all. That's the play calling. Andrew says, dang it. So stupid. Damn straight it's stupid. And Jason's defense needs a turnover there. They got 2. How many do you want? What's the last time you see a Giants defense get 2 interceptions in a row like that? It just doesn't happen. Giants don't get interceptions. We got 2 already. We got both of them within the 5-yard line. Almost got one of theirs that got dinked off there on 2nd and 3. Third and 3 here, guys. I'm just so pissed right now, the Giants. Take the goddamn fucking points. Morons. Brian Daboll needs to go. Third and 3. Here we go. Let's get some pressure here. Let's get some pressure. And it's a run. And he's going to get a first down and more. You got to be kidding me. Ball's down about the 39-yard line. Marion Hampton. Goddamn ridiculous. Giants can't stop runs for shit. Look at that. Kayvon forced him so far outside, nobody can get near him. Absolutely goddamn ridiculous. This is ridiculous, guys. Seriously. Ball at the 40-yard line now. Justin Herbert, got all the time in the world. No one's open. He finally throws the ball out of bounds. Take note, Jaxson Dart. That's how you throw the ball out of bounds. Absolutely insane, guys. 2nd and 10. As Jay says, they could have run every down. They don't even need to pass. You're not wrong. I thank God they haven't realized that, but they're not. You're not wrong. All right, come on, defense. Hit the damn quarterback. Nope. Instead of giving him all the time in the world, deep shot. Oh, luckily, no damage there whatsoever. Goes to Keandre Lambert-Smith. There's a flag in the play, though. God damn it. On the defense, of course. Holding. God damn it. Deontay Banks. 1st down. It's like hugging him. What the hell are you doing? Can we trade Deontay Banks for anything? I think his 7th round pick. I don't give a shit. Just get rid of him. So done with this shit. 1st and 10. And they're going to run the ball this time. Giants at least stop this one for just a 1-yard gain. 2nd down. 4 minutes, 10 seconds. And I said 4 minutes, 20 seconds. Now it's almost 4 minutes, 10 seconds. Time is definitely going to be an issue here soon, guys. Watch this game go to overtime. Wouldn't shock me. Their 2nd overtime game in 4. All right, 2nd and 9. Shotgun formation for Herbert. Quick toss. Quentin Johnston. Good play. I hate to say it by Deontay Banks, who gets his hand in there. Third and 9. Come on, Giants. This very well here could be the most important defensive play of the game. Come on. Here we go. Get that pass rush going. I see Carter out there. I see Banks out there. I see Dexter Lawrence out there. There's a blitz coming clearly. There you go. There you go. Burns with the sack. Big sack. It's like a sack with elephantitis, goddammit. 4th down. Now, how many yards he lost? 4th and 25. Goddamn. Watch this play. Moves on the inside in the stunt. And this is the one thing that they haven't used a lot of is on stunts in this thing. Look at that. Whew. Pushes him back to about the 29-yard line. And Quentin Johnston was wide open, by the way. He was just showing the replay of Banks getting slammed out of position. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. As the punt is up. Gunnar Olszewski's going to get it about the 11-yard line. Going to get back to the 20, 25, 20, maybe about almost the 26-yard line. So we're going to end up. That's a good return. I'll take that. Jaxson Dart, 2 minutes, 52 seconds left in to win it here. Now, Chargers, just to give you a heads up, still have all 3 timeouts, I should say, in this. So we'll have to see what happens overall. But definitely there's no rush necessarily to for them to go ahead and call timeouts until it gets down past the 2-minute warning. But this is one of those, I think you can see a lot of runs happening here. This is the offensive line to take over. An offensive line, let's be honest, is not good at taking over. Let's go. Come on, Giants. Win it for once. Scataboo. About 5 yards to start there. Flagging the play, though. Here we go. On the defense, offsides. Take it. Because you have 5 yards and still keeps you a first down. Let's see. Stop showing replays. Go to the damn game. Jay says, if this is where a badly coach team screws up, you're not wrong there. Jay says, keep strong, everybody. LOL. It'll be sick to see them pull this off. And here we go. Scattaboo gets, oh, look at it. It's bumbling through to get 3-4 yards, but it should have been like a stop almost immediately. Gotta love the way this kid runs. 2nd and 2, guys. And here goes the clock running now. Timeout called by the Chargers. That's the big thing. Get these timeouts used. Jay says, no clock run off. Interest says, Jay, it is. Jay says, Scattaboo CTE. Stop. Stop. Come on, Giants. 2nd and 2.
All hail the New York Giants.
Let's go. I'm so used to the Giants screwing up as bad. I'm like waiting for a fumble or something. 2nd and 2. Bellinger is a fullback. You know the run's coming, and there's the run, and it stopped. 3rd down. Chargers will probably call a timeout here as well, I'd imagine. I haven't heard a call yet on it, but 3rd and 5 that leads you to. There it is. There's the timeout call. Let's see. Yeah, I listen. This is the time for a good quick route there. A good quick like a slant route. Let's see. Come on, Giants. Still only up by 3, guys. Like, this is not over. We get the ball back, so get a first down here, and it's getting to crunch time, that's for sure. 3rd and 5. Jaxson Dart, shotgun position. Quick route. There we go. There we go.
Why am I?
First down, Giants. Theo Johnson with the catch there. 2 minutes, 29 seconds left, guys. Come on. That's clutch by freaking Jaxson Dart, guys. Clutch. And good for Theo Johnson for catching the ball, too, because he's had his issues. He got it that time, though. There we go. Again, guys, reminder, we will be live with our post-game coverage there, like right after the play. Like I said, give it a couple minutes there because it might take a little quick second there to go to the restroom, grab a drink, maybe not a non-alcoholic drink, maybe, who knows. But we'll be back on pretty quickly there. So I already have the window up and everything to get going the second I can. So Clint says, salute you guys, man. Seriously. Appreciate you guys for being here. Andrew, bam. Jay says, I hate Russ, but I kind of think it play. Oh, hold on. Missing a play here. We got a Scattaboo up to about the 47-yard line, 2nd down here. Jay says, I hate Russ, but I kind of think they did him dirty pulling him when Thomas got back. It is what it is. He knew his role. Jesus run up the middle. Is Roberto doing postgame? Yes. Rob will be on for postgame. 2nd and 5, guys. Here we go. And it's funny, all the Chargers, I can see the people in the comments in the red zone. Giants are a terrible team still. But it is what it is. There we go. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left. They're going to timeout here. So, listen, this is all about one thing right now. Taking time off the clock. That's it. That's all this is about. And the Giants actually are going to pull this off, I think, guys. It's weird. I feel like they're gonna pull this off. And Jay says, ugly loss for the Chargers. Yeah. But again, they've got everybody injured and their mother basically injured. And the crazy thing is Giants play the Saints next week. And assuming the Saints are the Saints and the Giants can beat them at that point, they'll be 2-3. The season looks totally different at 2-3. That being said, I still don't think the Giants will go to the playoffs or anything crazy, but the optimism changes all around there. Also, heads up, guys, the Buccaneers are mounting a comeback. 2 minutes left in the game. They're down by 8 points. They have the ball at the Philadelphia 38. So that's an interesting game to kind of keep an eye on right now. Otherwise, most of the games out there, minus this one, are either done or not close. So, we'll see what happens. But yeah, like I said, we're starting the barrel down to 2-3. That's a little crazy. So, as Clinton says, KC Chiefs fans are happy. I'm sure they are, because they need this. I mean, it's craziness here, this whole thing. So, imagine they'll go 2-0 as his first 2 games as the Giants starter. All of a sudden, season starts turning around. Everybody starts talking happy. Which the only downfall of that is it means that the Giants can keep on winning, even at 50-50 rate like that. Then all of a sudden, Daboll probably keeps his job, and I want Daboll gone still. I still say that, but Jason's never bet against desperate Florida men, especially 105 degrees in the field. Eagles going to give up the ghost. We'll find out. I'm keeping an eye on that one closely. Like I said, that's one I'm specifically keeping an eye on, because it is 2nd and 12 now at the Philadelphia 40, by the way, in that game. In fact, I might even just open up. Actually, I can't open another one. It's a local game. Can't open up another window for that one, but we'll see. 2nd and 5. As they're once again showing Jaxson Dart's mom. See, it's like she's like the new Taylor Swift here. Stopped at the line, guys, is where it's going to be here. But the Giants the Chargers, I should say, are out of third down. Out of timeout. So the Giants can go ahead and run the clock down here. Run the clock about 1:10 left at that point there. And then they can go ahead and run the ball one more time and bring it down even that much more. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to run the clock down. And it'll give the chance for the Chargers to maybe make a Hail Mary or something crazy at that point, and that's it. Jason's Giants fans leaving the stadium, we're screwed. Fake fans leave the stadium early. Andrew says the Bills and Saints game was close, but now the Bills are ahead. Yeah, that's what I expected. Let's see here. We got a third down. Going to get about a yard, and that's it. Jason's not a third down. They need to convert here. No, they don't. Watch. They need the ball back with 30 seconds left, basically. And then they're going to punt it. That'll put it down about 20 to 25 seconds left at that point. Pin them deep in their territory. This game will be over. Like I said, that's I'm actually feeling pretty good right now. It's over. The Giants will win. Here we go. The only thing that scares me is to prevent bullshit defense. Shane Bowen's going to go into. Giants should take the ball down about 1 and then just call a timeout, which is what they're doing. Good. 30 seconds. Bring it down. Jay said, "You need to get timeout. No time. No need field goal. No timeouts. We'll take it." Jay says also they have Quentin Johnson. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here we go. Come on. Let's get this going. 4th and 4. They put it 31 seconds. They put the clock too, by the way. As Kafka's talking to Dart. Be the first win versus the Chargers since 1998, guys. Here we go. Max coverage punt team going on. You can see the big thing is just stopping a block right now. And he got it off. We're good there. Ball about the 10-yard line. Oh, come on. Bad tackling by the Giants. Goes down about the 20-yard line here, 21-yard line. Bad tackling by the Giants. Chris Manhurst be able to trip him up just enough. I want to see that. Who had that bad tackle? Chris Manhurst, like I said, just barely got him to the point where it slipped him up, but somebody had a real bad tackle before that attempt. Couldn't see who it was. So 18 seconds left on the clock. The Chargers will get the ball. Let's see where we're at. Show the field position here. Okay, about the 16-yard line. Like I said, even to prevent defense, this should be over. Should be over. Giants also bringing pressure here. Is Brian Burns going around the corner trying to speed it up here. Missed pass here. Whew. Quentin Johnston. Pass was intended for. Jesus, 18 seconds. We should have a 99% chance of winning. But you're saying there's a chance we lose. Jason just deletes every pass rusher, even your spirit animal, Timon Fox. What does the fox say? Bow, 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 bow. Here we go. 13 seconds left. We got a timeout being called by Daboll. The last timeout of the game. I don't know why the Giants are calling a timeout. Unless they're thinking they saw something, they want to change something up. I don't know. Let's see. 3rd and 21, by the way, for the Buccaneers at the 49 yard line for the Eagles. I'm trying to watch what's going on in that game too for you guys. As Jason says, it feels so weird. I'm not used to this. Andrew says, come on, Giants, hold them off. Jason says, I wonder if Daboll goes to the post game or he's going to need to watch the tape. Oh, he'll definitely need to watch the tape. Definitely got to watch the tape. This post Pat Leonard. Pat Leonard ate some crow this weekend. Pat Leonard was talking some crazy stuff, but listen, Pat Leonard does quite often, and sometimes he's right on that. So I don't want to talk trash about him. If the Giants had lost, maybe Daboll was fired. Who knows? That's what he said basically was going to happen. All right, here we go. 2nd and 10. Herbert's got all the time in the world, guys. Like, Giants are at full max protect here. 5 seconds left. Quentin Johnston gets the ball, and no timeouts, then it's done. It's done. The Giants win. The Giants win. Oh my God. We get to light the candle. The Giants smells like a Giants victory candle. Oh my God. Giants win, guys. Officially 21-18. Giants win. Giants win. Oh my God. I don't even know what this feels like anymore.
The New York Giants.
Oh, we won. Who knows what that felt like? Oh my God. All right, guys, that's going to call it for this here. Like I said, we'll be on just a minute here with the post-game coverage, but the play-by-play is going to end here. We're right back, and just give me a couple minutes here. We're right back on with the post.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please,